Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online for episode 600. Last episode, which was a little while ago for me and also on the channel, we have completed the March upon Gundabad stuff, and we're just waiting for the next expansion to come out. So in the meantime, as we do every 50 episodes, we are doing a deeding episode. Today we are in Eregion. I have done a practice of this already. I think it took me roughly 3.5 hours, but there's a few things on this character we have done already that we hadn't done on there. So hopefully it's actually a lot quicker. And also the fact that we've actually, gone through it once means that we can sort of know a better way of doing stuff. Like, I know what quests I want to do. There's certain quests we have to do to get another deed completed, stuff like that. So at least we're a bit more up to date with that, which is good. Before we get into the actual episode, let's go and have a look at our Hobbit gift of the day and of the week. So we're going to have our silver, 2 gold, 20 virtual experience. Nothing really magical there. And for our gold, hopefully something good for episode 600. 100 virtual experience and a rune, which we can't really use since these are currently maxed still. On top of not actually recording or doing episodes, I actually just haven't been playing. I just took a little bit of a break from the game, so yeah, I haven't been getting anything for my legendary weapons. Not that I think we'll need them for this episode anyway, but yeah, if I had been playing during I think it's 2, maybe 3 weeks I haven't played, we probably could have got our legendary weapons slightly increased, but I just haven't been playing. But we can start working on that soon. So we're in Gwingris, which is at the top here, because quest chain wise it's just the best for us. There's a deed which we haven't currently got the ability to see yet that requires us to kill. I'm trying to get everything up. It requires us to kill certain boss enemies, and you need some quests for those. So starting the quest chain up here is good. Our travel skill takes us to Eregion, which is kind of useful, kind of useless. It becomes more useful about halfway through. But looking at our deeds, we have 4 that we're currently somewhat through. So we've done 24 lizards and crawlers. We've done 1 half-orc. We have 2 out of 5 of the Ring Goes South and 1 out of 6 of the Ring Lore. We do have a few completed. This one, which is 23, it's the longest one, and this is what I mean by this one. Not having this one speeds up a lot of stuff, because there's a ruin, I think it's here, or here. There's a ruin, no, it's here-ish, somewhere, I think. That we don't have to go into now, and that takes a lot of time, so that's good. There are enemies in there, but they don't actually go towards any deeds, so we actually can completely ignore that, which is actually pretty damn good for us. And then obviously the ruin, well, not obviously, but the ruins of Eregion just means that we've gone through the area. We've discovered Gwingris and Eregion and stuff like that. Unfortunately, though, we have not done any quests in this area that aren't epic quests, which means traveling between the areas is a little bit more awkward, which is why I've started over here. We can only regular travel currently between each area. As we complete the deeds, we will gain the ability to travel through there. So the plan for the episode is we're going to be splitting it up into 3 separate parts. We're going to be doing quests first. We are primarily focusing on quests, so just from Gwingris to, I think, Eregion to Eregion and to Mirabel. I think there's 1 quest in Mirabel possibly we have to do to make up for just the 75 quests I think we have to do. So not as bad as the Shire, but I think the most we've had to do otherwise. Then we're going to be doing the exploration stuff, which is probably just going to mostly be picking up a few areas, because a lot of them will go to for these quests. And then finally, as the final thing, we're going to go do the Slayer Deed quest. Now, there are a few little extra things. There is a Ridge Racer, which is over this area by the Hollin Ridge. That is the last deed we're going to do after we've completed everything else, because it can be a little bit tricky. And there's also, as I said, that Uruk-Captains of Eregion, I think it's called, which we have to kill 7 different enemies, and we'll mostly get those through quests, but I think some of them we can go for manually afterwards. So that's how we're going to do it. I've cleared out a few quest slots for us. 15 should be more than enough, and basically, as I said, we're just going to be going through these pretty quickly. The character I played these on, when I did the deeding episode, I did it on Twitch, so I streamed that on Twitch. Link to that, as always, is in the description below. But I streamed that on Twitch. It was like 5 hours total we streamed that day, but I think it was about 3.5 hours for the actual deeding portion of it. And again, a lot of that, you know, was dedicated to that deed with 23 things and the Ridge Racer thing, which can take a little while. So that's also going to be beneficial that we're going to hopefully be quicker with that. But I've already forgotten what I was going to say. We streamed it on Twitch. Oh yeah, I used Ennis for Eel, which is my level 130 hunter, so we have that benefit of he's the same level. Technically he's faster, like he's more powerful because he has a higher level weapon, like he has higher damage per second, base damage per second on his weapon, though he doesn't have as many or as much armor. So the armor I've got on him is a lot lower. Is this something I have to kill? I should probably be paying attention to the quest that I'm doing. Defeat worms, defeat half-orcs, defeat Craven. So what is the one around here? We're not really too rushed for time on here. Oh, this horn one took me forever, if I remember correctly. We're not too pressed for time here, since we're not actually on a timer. Another reason I want to do the quests first is a lot of the quests actually, you know, take us to areas where there's half-orcs, for example, or Craven or anything like that. It just means that we can go around killing these enemies, getting a few here and there while we're not on a timer, so we're not too rushed for it. And then we can, you know, it speeds up our time a little bit later. But going back to what I was saying, when I played Ennis for Eel, doing this on stream, I'm obviously 130. He has a more powerful weapon, but lower level armor. So it kind of balances out because our armor, while it doesn't do much, you know, armor as a rating doesn't really do much for our damage output. It will give us extra stats, so we'll get more. Agility is the main one. We're not really going to be worrying about, you know, taking damage on here because pretty much everything we hit is going to be one shot or two shot at the very most, really. I don't know why I'm really attacking these guys. I guess there is a benefit to killing them because we can actually get them to respawn and stuff. But we'll probably focus on the tenders first, holly tenders. I think as we go south, we can actually continue attacking these horns, which I think when I first did this took the longest, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. But yeah, obviously having the high level armor means we get more agility, which increases our base damage per second and everything like that. So that's pretty good for us. So yeah, that is sort of the way we're going to be doing it. As we go, we'll just be tabbing as much as we can, trying to get some stuff going. And yeah, as I said, we cleared out some of our quest chain, so we should hopefully be good for that as well. We only really should be completing like 5, 6, 7 at most at a time, so I don't think we're really going to need that much. I just thought if I'm going to clear out one section, like I had 4 quests in one area that I hadn't gone to do and more than likely wasn't going to do for a while, I thought, hey, why not just clear out that area, because why not? So that's our last one of those. 3 more of the horns. I also do have Passage of Shadow, Foes, and Nature, as we will remember to use occasionally. So if it really comes down to it, you know, if this is the last quest that we need to be focusing on, we can use that as well. For the most part, you can kind of pick them out sometimes, but I think tabbing is generally a good way to do it as well. But yeah, it's kind of weird to come back to the game after a while. I took a break, not necessarily because, like, I wasn't... Well, okay. I want to say I was a tiny bit burnt out, but that was because I feel like it's a combination of I've been playing the game for so long, and also not because the game was burning out necessarily, but because we reached kind of this weird point where it's the first time we've hit the max and hit the end of the quest. It kind of felt like a weird thing. So it's been weird, and I think it was good for us to take a little step back and allow things to just be calm for a bit. So yeah, I've been not really playing, honestly. But yeah, I'm glad to come back. Glad I have been able to start playing again. I was very worried. Like when I take long times away from recording, the biggest problem I have is starting a video. Did it the first time. Didn't even have to take multiple repeats. So I was quite interested. Well, not interested, but quite surprised by that. So this area is an area we go back to a lot. because what it seems to be, from my understanding of the quest, is you go to an area. So this area, Pembar. We're going to come here, then we're going to go back, and then we're going to come here again, and you know, you have these areas, and after a while they send you back, and then you give you like a flag thing, and what you need to do is you need to oh, this is part of the ring lore, so that's a good thing for us to pay attention to. There's one at Gwingris, I think, but we'll have to watch out for that. I don't know if I picked it up before, which is one of the slight annoying things about going half, like having done some deeds, I guess, or started some deeds, is I don't know what I have and haven't done. But what it seems to be for these Uruk-Captain quests or deed is it wants you to go to an area and then you have to kill like a boss enemy, but it's mainly through quests. I think there's maybe one that isn't through a quest. I can't quite remember. Oh, I got a quest item. That's actually useful for us. We want to pick those up as much as we can. But yeah, that seems to be the way they generally want to do it, is sort of... oh, I have to defeat worms? Did that not count as killing a worm? Interesting. Okay. These are new things that I'm learning. But apparently, I don't know why I used Blood Arrow on him. That was not my intention. Far from it, in fact. But yeah, should be fine. I'm going through here. Right, do you count? Okay, these count as worms. For some reason, that boss worm thing didn't, but that's fine. Yeah, up here is the Holland Ridge. You need to get up to that area right there. It took me quite a while. I had to look at a video for it. Hopefully this time, though, we should be all right and don't have to do that. So we picked up the Craven Slayer, which is pretty good. So that's why, you know, these quests we could if we wanted to. I have the somewhere in my inventory. I do have these 90-minute skill boosts. I think we're going to try and stick to the 30-minute ones because I think as it was the first time when I did it, we were able to get away with a little under an hour or a little over an hour. It was around about an hour, which means if I can do about an hour worth, that'll be good. It means we're not wasting basically half an hour worth of double Slayer stuff. And these ones are a lot more harder to get and a lot more useful because they also are these skill boost things, or they uncap the skill boost. So for example, for the deeds for skills, let's say you can only do 50 a day, they uncap that so you could actually do, well, in theory, all of them in a day if you just spam that skill, obviously with the limit of cooldown being a thing. So if I remember correctly, there is quite a few here. There's actually a brigand, which is like a tamer or something of these guys, I think down here. But either way, we're not really here for him. I think he is part of a quest, but I don't think he is useful till later. So not really worth it. It was a little while ago that we actually did the Slayer stream, or the Slayer stream, the deeding stream. So I actually have to, I'm not 100% clued up. There could be a few areas where I'm a bit confused, but hopefully I think I'm pretty alright with it. There's a few instances that are really useful later on as well when we get to Slayer. Really, that's going to be the biggest thing is Slayer, because it's the only time we're actually put on a time limit of sorts. Not that it's going to be a huge deal. It's one of those things where I don't want to get to like 55 minutes out of my hour of Slayer Accelerator and then, be, I don't know, 30 kills off. Because at that point I have to go and decide, do I want to use another Slayer Accelerator and basically kind of waste it, sort of? Or do I just want to, kill 30 individual ones and kind of suck it up almost? And I think if it gets to that point, we will probably just kill 30, because with the instances, it's not actually that difficult, especially when we're at the level we are. We can actually just chuck instances down to, or skirmishes, or whatever you want to call them, down to the lowest level. And that's generally around level, 50-ish, like what these guys are. I think 45 is actually the number I'm thinking of. But we can just chuck them down to 45, which is well underneath what our current... it's like a third, less than a third of our level, and we can easily take care of them. If they're 45, that is. I think that works as the math. I'm not quite sure. Right, is that all of them? Yeah, okay, cool. So it is going to be slightly annoying because of the whole, you know, traveling thing. War steeds aren't as useful as they seem, unfortunately, because they're faster, I think, but I can't use dash. I wouldn't really be too fussed with sacrifice, but I can't use dash, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, we'll have to just travel back and forth. I might try and grab a like campsite if it comes to that. I don't think it's going to speed up things too much. After a while, we can start actually traveling with horses. It will be fine. Technically, we can still travel by horses. It's just not going to be swift travel, which is the downfall of it. By our horses, like our war steed is faster than a regular horse. There's also the benefit of, like, normally, if let's say I was in, you know, Minas Morgul or you know, Elderslade or something like that, and I was doing this sort of thing, it might be beneficial to do, even if we can't swift travel, doing a normal travel, because when you're on the normal travel, you can't get killed, or you can't get attacked by any enemies. They just ignore you. So that's good, obviously, if you want to just sort of get from A to B, and it's quite a far distance, and there's a lot of on-level or something that's going to attack you, which can knock you off your horse and such. So that is beneficial, but here, they're not going to attack us anyway. This is like the best place for dun landings as well. I do have up on my other screen as well, like a little map thing that just shows sort of the best areas for Eregion. I think these are slightly out of date, but at the same time, these areas, like if it was for like Moria, or sorry, Mordor, it would be maybe a problem, but for a very older area, such as, you know, Eregion, I don't think it actually really matters. I don't think there's been any changes to this area that would cause any anything that we're looking at on the map to be different. I do need to work out if I have picked up the ring lore. We can actually have a quick look. To be fair, we could actually have a look on here. Ring lore. Okay, delicate pages we haven't got. So we need to find... Here they are. Cool. It's good that we get those now, and we don't accidentally forget to pick those up, which could have been a problem. Though, technically, by the time we would have noticed, we would probably been able to come back to Gwingris by swift travel anyway. So that should be fine. So we've got Silent and Restless. I think the first one doesn't give us any benefits, but I think the second one does. So there's 4. I think 75 is the amount of quests you do have to do in total. So we're just going to go complete everything. This is why I have the setting to turn trivial quest markers on, because, you know, if that didn't exist, this would be a little bit more difficult to do, but luckily that does exist. I do wish that you could do it with, like, trivial enemies, as it were. Like, low-level enemies still showed up, maybe in, like, a different color instead of, like, a red circle or red dot. They showed up as, like, I don't know, a grey dot or something on your screen. I still think it would be beneficial, so you could actually, like, find where enemies are and stuff. So I'm already getting a vector quest to Eregion, or Ekad Eregion, but it's not really going to be a huge thing for us. We're just going to use this, which is the track nearby quest thing. In fact, I'm actually going to take them all off so I don't have that one locked, and we're going to do the track nearby quests. It's just the best way, in my opinion, to do it, because then I'm not getting a load of quests over here first. I can then focus on these ones specifically. So we need to defeat wood trolls, which is something we started to do earlier. Collect seeds from these, and I think then we have to plant them. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to see. Oh, now you show up, and somehow that over there is getting in the way of this over here. Interesting. That's how that was supposed to work. And then the Worm Keeper, that's that guy I was talking about a little bit ago, like literally probably about 5 minutes ago. So we will have to go back and defeat him as well, but we can do that in a little bit, because we'll worry about that, like, when we complete these quests and go to that area. Now, Keeper of the Wood, is that... If I remember correctly, there is a guy one of the Uruk leaders that we have to defeat here. I'm not entirely sure though. Does look to be Logon. Oh, I know. So, okay, I remember this one. There's an instance in a cave of sorts in this area that we go into, and Logon is in there. So it is just a continuation from one of these quest chains here. So if I also remember correctly, these are going to be the areas that we have to plant the seeds in. So as soon as we actually have all 8 of those, we will start planting them. So we will actually be able to see, because we've only got these 2 left. And then, yeah, we will go and do everything else we need to do. What are the other quests that we've got? We've already got that one. Destroy the Roosting Tree. So that's more than likely... Oh, okay. So the seeds are here, but we don't yet have the use for them. So we'll pick up those. And then there's apparently a... which one of these is a... Keepers of the Woods. So I think it's in here. But I don't have the corresponding quest. So it is, I'm pretty sure in that area, there's a quest that will take us to where Logon is. But yeah, apparently the Wood Trolls quest is the Fellowship quest. So that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that would be the one that's Fellowship, but at the same time, like, we're level 130, so I feel like anything doesn't feel like a Fellowship quest. So yeah, I'm sure at the time, if you were these levels, they have the different portraits around them and stuff, so I'm sure they're normally slightly harder to kill. Right, 16 done. Right. Now, our next area is... We'll probably go with this area first. In fact, we might go here first, then there, then here. Probably would have been beneficial to get that campsite, honestly. Come to think of it, I did mention it, but I didn't do it. But I feel like if I do it now, it's not going to be beneficial. In fact, let's actually see what my return to camp is. Do I even have it? So the Gladenmere. I think we'll pick it up. I see no, like, benefit to having it at the Gladenmere. The fact that I can't remember it was at the Gladenmere, or couldn't remember it was at the Gladenmere, kind of proves to me that it's not exactly the most useful thing to us. So, like, knowing my luck, there is a high chance that this campsite we will never have to go back to. But if there's that slight chance that we do, we should use that to our benefit, I think, honestly. So I think we're best off doing that. I'm kind of hoping, though. So we've got Eregion, and then we've got Enedwaith after. We've actually done a decent amount on here. Now, I don't know how many for Enedwaith, because I don't think I've ever really done... I think I've probably done more Enedwaith stuff on Tarvella than I have on Enisfa'il, honestly. So I think that we should go get the campsite first before we forget, is what I think. So I think that's going to be an interesting one, because, yeah, I've probably done more on Enedwaith already. So it should... Whatever we practice doing with, you know, when we actually try and practice it, whatever we practice with it, it's going to be faster, more than likely, if we do it on here. So that's kind of cool. I'm just not sure about... There's two things that kind of increase as you go, I think. The main one is definitely... I don't think these have these, no. The main one is how many enemies you have to kill for a deed. So if you go to Bree or Ered Luin or the Shire, it's 30-60. Some of them are 20-40. So for the regular one, it's 30 or 20, depending on what they are. And then it's 40 or 60 for the advanced thing. So that's what I mean when I say like a 61-20, 30-60, anything like that, when I'm referring to that. So when you go from like those star areas, 2040s, 3060s, anything like that here. I think these are 4080s possibly. I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look. Or 6120s. I'm not sure. So ended weight is 9180. So that's kind of annoying. These areas seem to be also 9180. Okay. Obviously that gets halved. So 4590 when you do the Slayer Accelerator as well. I probably should have known that because I've gone through this area before, but I do tend to forget. And again, it's been a little while since we've actually played and done anything really on the game. But yeah, well, we should be fine. I don't think it'll take that long, especially when you get to these areas. Having like skirmishes and stuff is really beneficial. I think kind of the best places that I remember, there's a really good area in the Walls of Moria in these caves down here. There's a cave up here for the worms, this one, and then there's one down here for wargs, and I think the brigands, half-orcs. That's what I'm thinking of, half-orcs. I need to find this guy. Where is he? Oh, this isn't even the guy. I thought I was looking for that guy. This is the Roosting Tree. I don't actually remember doing these quests. I don't think. Or this quest specifically. This is a good thing for Cravens though. Also, I don't know why. It's seemingly only a recent thing. Either that or I just never noticed it. But hopefully it's not too disorientating and anything like that. Or probably not the right word I'm looking for, but hopefully not too like jarring, I guess. It's seemingly whenever I get in combat with an enemy, it will start like a different type of combat music. And then because I'm killing everything in one hit, it will just make that noise and then immediately stop making that noise, which is, admittedly, as I just said, a little bit jarring. Hopefully it's not too bad. I think I probably just didn't notice it when I was doing like regular content that's on level, because obviously I'm not killing stuff in one hit. This is a star. No, this isn't starting another quest. But like, if you listen for it now, and it doesn't do it. Why does it not do it now? It was doing it literally a second ago with the Cravens. Maybe it's dependent on the enemy you kill. Maybe that's why I didn't notice it. Definitely for sure happened. Like, not that long ago. Either that or I'm going crazy. But I remember I did notice it on stream and did mention it on stream, I'm pretty sure as well. So it's not like it's just happened this second. So do that just so it completes that thing. And then do we have another quest? No, I think everything is done. I did make sure to keep my inventory relatively clean, at least for me, because one of the... not necessarily a problem, because it's good when you're on level, but one of the problems we're going to have is, as we just saw, we are getting rewards for these. So that's going to slowly but surely fill up our inventory. Like, for most stuff, like, I've got the carryall, I've cleaned it out, sort of. I pretty much should only have stuff that's relevant to my character. Obviously minusing anything past these Torm journals. Just like exceptional hides. Obviously I've killed stuff and that's what's given it. And the barrel shard, the barrels and stuff like that. All on level stuff. So hopefully a majority of that will just go in these carryalls. Or this carryall. Do I not have another one? Am I confusing myself? I think it's NSVL I've got 2 on. I'm pretty sure. But besides the point, hopefully most stuff should go into there. That's not vendor trash. And then obviously just that means we can just sell all on the vendor trash and it'll be really easy for us. So there should be a couple more quests, because I know for a fact we do have to come back here, and also we know we have to go back to here for the log-on thing. Though we also should now get Silent and Restless. We've done 6. We're going to complete 4 more because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 currently to complete, 7 if we as our vector. But I can't just skip to the vector. Even if it was like I only had to complete 30 quests, we'd still have to do a lot of quests because of the whole thing of having killing or doing the Uruk-Captains. Like we saw, for example, with the guy over here, we need the quest in order to do it, so we're being held back by that. I'm sure there's a way we could like specifically do, like, let's say if it was 30 quests, only do those ones, but when we've got to do, like, I think it's 75, something like it's quite a high number, then why not do as many as possible. So then we'll go over here.
What do you need? Might you
And yeah, complete, well, not complete, but like pick back up any more that we have. I'm not sure if... So we've done 10 out of 20 for that. That's good.
Will you stay a moment and learn?
So that's our done lending one. They're sending us also over to Eregion again. So we actually have 2. Sending us over to that direction.
What do you need?
You want us to plant the seeds.
The sorrows of the Eldar.
And I think this one, yeah, is Leader of the Foul Wood is the instanced thing, so that's good. So we'll... I don't know how we want to do it. I think what we'll do then is run into a window, apparently. Come over here, plant the seeds, do that one, kill Zagathum, and also log on. Then use the campsite to come over there, travel back, defeat the Dunlending there, then come back to Gwingris through that. I think is probably the best way of doing it. I don't know as well if for the fertile soil we can stay mounted. If we can't, apparently I'm not facing it, but okay, we can't stay mounted. That's fine. We just will stay dismounted then for the moment and focus on trying to find these areas. They are just the glowing areas in the floor. Or they should be, hopefully. And worst case scenario, we can also do it on the way out. We don't really have to worry about it because we can go in this cave right now.
Zagathum, leader of the wood trolls of Glad Ereg, has been discovered. The corruption that the wood trolls are inflicting upon the forest is unfathomable, and worse, unnatural. I cannot help but believe Saruman has his hand in the matter.
Okay. I don't know why, like, by default, I just don't talk when, like, the instant thing starts, but I also started moving. Which normally is something I don't do. Yeah, we just need to run through here and run through. I think these guys have slightly more health, but that's fine. We should just come through here. We should find the leader, which should be also talking to Logon, so we should be fine. Kind of wish I had some AoE stuff because I could just run through here, but it's actually not that huge a deal. It's just they can root us, which is also kind of annoying. If it wasn't an instance, we'd just be able to run straight through. They wouldn't aggro us. That would kind of be cool, but it literally isn't going to make a difference to us. Oh, interesting how I used all my focus. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Why did you have to have 34k? What on earth is happening? Oh. Okay, it sets incoming damage to 1%. Melee damage would have been different, but it's fine. I think we can leave instance. Yeah, so these ones is now a thing that we have available. So, yeah, just out here. I don't think we can plant in here. Nope, because we've already done it once. Not a huge deal. And then, yeah, what we'll do is just quickly get the fertile soil over here. I think there's a few more over this side than there are on the other. It was 8 in total. Yeah, so 5 and Just keep an eye out for the others. But yeah, that's our first of the Uruk-Captains, one of 7. The others say summon, except this one, who I'm going to have to actually look on the map quickly and see where he belongs, or like originates from /2 or whatever you want to call it. Because I don't really remember where he is. So, which one is he called? I didn't have a look. Pizumu. So Pizumu is... I don't actually know where. Where is he? Oh, okay. He's like up here, apparently. I still don't quite remember the like lead up to him being there, like why he's there. Like the others I know, there's like, you know, over here you summon an enemy, etc, etc. Yeah, I don't know where the other guys do, or like why he's there, or what you have, like the area involves. That's something we'll have to look out for when we actually get to it. I don't know if that's going to be a case of us actually, you know, getting a quest for it, if that's the case. It's probably just a case of, oh, an enemy, like we have to go over there anyway for a thing. We just don't summon him as part of the final thing. Is there genuinely just no, like, where are all these summoning things? It's kind of the annoyance of having only one as well. It's kind of the annoyance of having like blackberries and nodes around. Normally I wouldn't be too fussed. Here they all are. Normally I wouldn't be too fussed about it, but when I can't find the thing I'm after. Oh, and then we return to camp, right? One more travel thing to our benefit. So then we go this direction. Want to make sure we pick up as many Cravens as possible. Everything else isn't really a huge deal. I mean, technically we want to be killing pretty much anything we see, because most things, like this foraging Tusker, have the chance of spawning a Craven. So if we kill them, they have a chance of spawning back as a Craven, though it's not necessarily a huge thing, because I don't think we're going to be coming back to this area that much more. I think we come over here for a bit, and then we go to Pembar for some things. And this should actually start us with the Dunlending Slayer, which is also good. Yeah, so you can hear it. Can you hear? I think you might be able to hear it with. Yeah, just like the. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's not combat music necessarily. I'm just saying that because it's when we're in combat. But what it seems to be is like the ambient music, the music in the background, gets louder. But if it's not playing anything, that's maybe why. So I don't know if it's like the music volume is getting set separate, like as an independent, different thing when it's in combat compared to out of combat. If that makes sense. Probably doesn't make too much sense, the way I described it. But something about us getting into combat raises the music volume for some unknown reason. You found a warm page of ring lore. Okay. So, the ring lore over here. Yeah, we can get those from killing enemies at certain areas. So there's one here, and apparently 32. So which ones are we missing? Fragile and Brittle. So Fragile is 35 and 36. So 35 is... so we got one over here, and then one down at near Mirabelle. The one in Mirabelle isn't actually where it says on the map, but I do know where it is, which is good.
How can I be
So I think this should be the last of these quests.
My heart cannot sing today.
No? Okay. Oh, he wants me to go echo Eregion anyway, so that's what I kind of meant, is the last of these area quests. And we're actually already really close to completing that. Even just the vector quests should get us up a decent amount.
My heart cannot sing today.
Okay, so the Captain of Sad Rechu which is down here, obviously. Now, luckily, we can use Return to Camp once again. That is the guy that should be one of these guys. Probably. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I don't know. Okay, interesting. I thought that it was one of them. Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. But maybe it's getting me... Okay, it's definitely not, because it's not on the map, and it would show on the map. But, yeah. I feel like every time I attack a Craven, I have to be quiet, because I need to listen out for the music, like, to act up weird. I don't know why. It makes no real difference to me. It just sounds a bit weird and kind of annoying, but not really that bad. It's always good to get back here, though, because we can get more Dunlending kills. But yeah. I don't think he has really any benefit. I remember when I was doing these at first, I kind of wanted to be, like, half efficient, half showing off, because I wanted to set, like, a trap in front of where the enemy would spawn, so I could run off, and as soon as he got into combat, he'd die from the trap. Unfortunately, the one time I actually tried to go through with that, I messed up, and, well, I technically didn't mess up. I didn't know where he was going to get into combat, so he walked further forward than I thought he would, because he had no reason to actually walk as far forward as he did. Didn't get in my trap, and because he then went into combat but wasn't aggroed on me, so he didn't actually run over my trap. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be normal with it, honestly. Now, this one should be our last one. I think, for the most part, these summon and kill quests tend to be the end of the area. Oh, I have a quest item. Bring the axe to... Okay, the person that I'm already going to. Perfect. What was that deed? Probably Silent and Restless, and I just haven't looked at it for that long. So, luckily, it is to this person. So, more than likely... we're not gonna get another quest from that area. It's fine. One more time. Okay. Hopefully for the final time. I mean, it is good in the sense that we can keep coming back and killing more Dunlendings, and it gives them kind of a chance to respawn. Now, I should be killing these as well, but I think we'll be fine for the minute. Yeah, it's a little bit funny to me. Or, like, at least a little bit useful. So, I'm less meh about it. Now, Craven's looking at the map briefly. There are, like, 3 places that are kind of better deserving. Or not deserving, but, like, better... That's not who I'm trying to kill. That's also not who... I'm trying to kill you. There we are. They're better locations for killing them. So, from my understanding of this map, up here, down here... and apparently an area down here as well is good for killing Craven. So I think this is the better area for the Dunlending. So we can come back here later as well. I also will want to be looking at skirmishes and stuff. We'll probably, possibly... before we use the Slayer Accelerator, jump into the instances, but I am a little concerned because there is a limit to how many you can do per hour. I can't remember the exact number. It's like 6 or 8, I want to say, or maybe 10. I think it might be 10. I used to think it was 6 and it was 10 minutes per instance, but I think it might be like 10 and it's 6 minutes per instance, sort of thing. But we'll have to look at... It's not shift... No, control J? Yeah. Couldn't think of my keys then. But looking at, like... Actually, what would it be? Oh, is it maybe non-scaling? Probably. Is what we're looking for. Angmar, Garth Argawan, Isengard, Lorien, Moria... Why is there no Dunlendings? So where... okay, where's school? Other. So it's just in other. Okay. So yeah, we've got school and library are really the only two that we actually have any interest in. Now, at least with both of them, I'm really bad at telling the difference between the two in my head. I think one of them is good for like Cravens and Half-Orcs. No, one of them's just really good for Cravens, I think. Another's really good for Half-Orcs, and I think some Dunlending, but not a massive amount. Not enough that I think it will make too much of a difference. But we'll see. Because we can... what the plan is when it comes to those is, because we're going to be completing them relatively quickly. For example, down here is a really good place for wargs. I think it's Burnt Tor, yeah. But we're going to kill them a lot quicker than they can respawn. So the plan is, while we're waiting for them to respawn, we'll go into an instance, come out of the instance, kill them all the wargs, and then go back into the instance and stuff like that. So I think that's the current plan for that sort of thing. Okay. So now, I thought for a moment that everything that she just, or not everything, but I thought that this, because I briefly looked at it, I thought it had essence slots on it, which I guess technically you could have essence slots at this level. I feel like it's anything past Moria, though, is generally what that seems to be. I'm going to try as well to keep these scroll cases. I've been doing a really good job, I think, at getting a load of, like, crafting vocations sorted. Like, organizing all my crafting stuff, gathering materials, starting to level up stuff. At least when I was last playing, I kind of sorted and organized that a little bit better. So having scroll cases is not necessarily something we need, because for the most part, I'm just leveling stuff up just by processing and stuff like that. Like, for example, with the jeweler, I'm just taking a gem, like an agate, for example, or a zircon or anything like that, and I'm just turning it into its polished counterpart until I get to like higher level stuff. Obviously, when I get to like Anorian level stuff, it's going to be good, because we're going to be using hopefully making legendary weapons, assuming I can also get guild rep as well. So those are the only things I'm really going to be using, is processing and rep stuff. So we don't really need it. I just like to have ideally, I'd like to have, and I think my jeweler is the one I've done best on so far, I would like to have every recipe unlocked. And especially, you get single-use recipes, especially at lower levels. It'll be nice to have them, even if I'm never going to use them. Like, there's a high chance I'm never going to use a, what would be a thing, like a supreme single-use recipe. But having the ability to do so, if I ever choose to, is ideal.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Okay, so we've got a few easy quests to give in. I don't think... Where are we? Ekad Eregion. So there is one ring law thing nearby. So I'm actually going to take this off. Why is that not working? Okay, remove from tracker. And then I'm just going to do this first. Oh, I'm apparently really, really close to the Wells of Langflood, or that is the closest quest to us. I guess Vales of Anduin is only there. So technically, yeah, it's not that far away. It's probably the closest we're gonna be for a while. I still don't actually know, come to think of it, how I want to do the rest of this, like, deeding stuff. Well, not deeding stuff, but, like... Let's just grab this guy. I don't know how I want to do... Oh, Pembar. Is Pembar some... Oh, okay, so we're not actually at this area yet. I mean, I technically could do it, but we're not. We're going to come back here later. For some reason, I thought this was the next area. It's not. It's up Pembar first. Yeah, I'm not sure quite how I wanted to. I kind of had these like 2-3 weeks or whatever it is to think about it, and I'll be honest, I didn't think about it that much. I just kind of didn't want to think about it too much because I just wanted to chill out for a bit. I'm not entirely sure how we want to go about doing the next 2 episodes. Obviously, after this, there's still going to be a bit of a break after this episode, potentially. It depends on when I release this, but we're going to have, obviously, the Deeding episode. I can't remember where it is. We could probably have a look. Lone Lands, I think, is the next area. I think, or North Downs. One of the two. It's either Lone Lands or North Downs. I can't remember. But we're going to be doing the Deeding episode on the Legendary server there. In one of those 2 areas, whichever one it is. I want to say it's North Downs. But I could very easily be wrong. And also I'm very good at mixing up the 2. So I could think I'm correct and in my head be correct, but also be wrong because I mix up the 2 areas. I don't know if anybody else ever does, but I always mix up the North Downs and the Lone Lands for some reason. Did that not count? Okay, let's kill another link. But we're going to do that, and then we're going to continue doing... Why do these not count? Please count. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to do the Dealing episode for that, and then we're going to... and again, I don't know how long that's going to take to come out. It depends on if I'm going to release this episode straight away, and then release that like a week later, or like a little while later, or if I record them sort of close together and then just release them both at the same time, pretty much. I'm not entirely sure. But we're going to then continue on the Legendary server as usual, is the plan, at least. What is this quest? Following the path. Okay. That's the plan, at the very least, for now. And then I don't know how we want to continue with this. I've had 2 main suggestions. One is just to continue doing Deeding episodes, which was also what my original plan was. And I've also had the suggestion of doing that, but splitting the episodes. So having like a Deeding episode, or like 3 Deeding episodes per region. So you've got them like, exploration deeds, then Slayer deeds, and then, questing as their own separate things, which could be interesting. I also think going from that, it could also be worth doing it as one big episode. But what I'm also probably going to do for this is, because the way we're doing this episode, where we're doing sections at a time, I'm gonna probably use the it's relatively new but not massively new, but the YouTube's they have like the timestamp kind of feature things, right, where they allow you to say at this time is when this thing starts, like chapters, I think is what it's called. So we'll probably try and use that, and then section off being like at an hour and 5 minutes, which is like 10 minutes from now, we start doing the exploration stuff rather than doing the questing stuff, which is obviously not going to happen. Don't skip to 1 hour and 5 minutes and think that's where we are going to be. But yeah, that is, I'm thinking the way we might go about it, because I think if you split them up into 3 episodes, I don't know, just feels like a little bit weird. It would be more accessible, which is nice, but I also think if I could just put it up as one video and have it as one episode, then having like the timestamp sort of thing, it might just be more beneficial. And also, there's like, what do you title it? Would this be, if I were to put this into 3 episodes, like questing, exploration, Slayer, would you call it episode 600, 601, 602, or would you do 601 600 part 1, 600 part 2, 600 part 3? But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. It's not a massive deal, I think, either way. But I think what we'll probably do is keep them as like individual episodes, and just have them maybe like every month, maybe. So, because because that's the thing I'm worried about is it's not gonna happen, let's be completely honest, but let's say we did them every week, I don't know, or every other day, which is probably very unlikely to happen because with deeding episodes I have to kind of I don't like jumping into them without knowledge, so I'd have to do a practice run, which would be on Ines Veil, and then so that would be a practice run first. Let's say it takes 4 hours, I don't know, for our initial run, and then we get down to 3 hours by doing the actual run. That's 7 hours, and then editing, rendering, uploading, etc. also takes a while. I just don't think that'll be possible, but I don't want to do it, let's say, every week or every as soon as possible sort of thing. Let's say it was every day somehow, because we are going to eventually struggle more as we progress, like as we get closer to our level. Mordor is going to be a lot harder than this area, for example, so they are also going to take longer in that regard. But I don't want to get to a point where we somehow do all these slay deeds for like Eregion and stuff. Well, not Eregion, we're in Eregion now. For like Elder Slade and stuff, get to that point, and then we have no content whatsoever. So that would kind of suck, I think. Any more quests? You've got quests.
Will you lend me your ear?
You may be of service
So, yeah.
to me.
We'll take our time with it. Obviously, regular all that legendary series will just continue. It's also good because the slight annoying thing about the way the episodes are set up is I have the 50 episodes next to each other. So there's always this break at every 50 episode interval where we've got 2 deeding episodes. In an ideal world, I'd like to have maybe a 25 episode gap. So every 25 episodes worth of both series, there's so every 25 or every 50 still, but it'll be a bit more staggered basically. So every 25 videos there'll be a deeding episode, but they would be, instead of every 50 episodes, every 100 there's 2 sort of thing. Because it's just when they're both at the same time, that can kind of be the annoying thing. Like if they're slightly separate, it would be just nicer. But that's just the way it happened when the Legendary servers came out. When they did, that wasn't a planned thing. At least as far as I remember, I didn't plan that way. It just kind of happened. So they're not exactly synced up. Because it's what, 150 on 600, is it? Or 250? I can't remember. It's not like 100 episodes to 100 episodes. It's like 50 episodes every 100 episodes sort of thing. Like when I hit a full 100, I hit a 50 on the Legendary series. I actually don't know what episode we're on. I could check. I should probably go check so I know what I'm on about. Should we go check? I'm really bad with numbers, like episode numbers. Obviously, I know this is 600 because it's kind of just this big thing and I've been kind of planning it. I feel like every other time I couldn't start the episodes by going, today is episode blah 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 blah. I tried that for a while and I think I got it wrong. Because I'm just bad at remembering what episode we're on at a time. We are actually on 150. Did I not upload 149? Have I not uploaded 149? Have I not recorded 149? Interesting. At the time of recording, I have not recorded episode 149. Which I thought I had. And I'm a little bit worried I've recorded it and just not uploaded it. Or I'm also worried I've recorded it and accidentally deleted it. Yeah, that's really weird. Apologies, I'm gonna have to get on that. Probably as soon as this episode's done. And then, at least then I've got like a bit more time. Like, I'll have recorded 149 after this, so I'm kind of dating this a little bit. But that's fine. We all know this is pre-recorded. Where's one thing I've got left? Oh, I've got to defeat the Worm Master. I already killed him once. I thought he was part of that deed, but I guess not. Where is he? Here he is. But yeah, that gives me time to record 149 after this episode, which is good. And then we can, after that... Oh, I should get rid of Slayer dudes, shouldn't I? Yeah, it gives me time to record... I should probably dismount just to make sure. There we are. No, it happened. You can just tell sometimes that you're stuck on something. And the best way is just to dismount and deal with it. But, yeah, that gives me time after this episode to record 149. And then I can get this episode all sorted and then record 150. It is slightly annoying because ideally I would have been able to record 150 today, but then I'm going to have to delay it because of this Hobbit gifts and stuff. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We won't worry about it too much. And then, yeah. We'll continue with the episodes as we go. I'm still not sure if I want to start like a new character, stream it or anything like that. I was thinking about maybe streaming a character and like doing some more highlighty sort of things rather than like episodes necessarily. Like, let's say we recorded or like streamed for like 4 hours, not necessarily a day, but 4 hours every other day or something like that. And then we, chop that up into, I don't know, a highlight thing. If that's even possible. I'd have to think about how you do that, because I'm not sure the best way, like, of cutting up a 4-hour playing session into a episode, quote unquote. But, 20-minute, half an hour episode, obviously we progress a lot quicker. If you're doing 4 hours every episode compared to half an hour, you're going to be progressing 8 times as fast in theory. And also I think at this point in time, I just have more knowledge about how about the game. So that'll be just like, I think overall we'd be quicker. That might not necessarily show on the Legendary server, but at the same time, with the Legendary server, I am playing at a disadvantage in terms of experience, and also a character that I'm less familiar with. Though I think if I were to start a new character, I probably wouldn't play a hunter. I think someone suggested Captain. Did I not? Oh, you're here. Okay. Yeah, I think someone suggested Captain. Really? You're not gonna... I set my trap up for you, and I shouldn't have done that. Okay, now we go south. I'm gonna grab this campsite whilst I'm at it. It's not necessarily a huge thing, because we also have the Eregion, but we're not gonna have to come back up here, really, as far as I'm aware. By the time we do have to come back up here for the Dunlending Slayer and stuff, we should have the all the quests done. Otherwise, I'm doing this in the wrong order. We should have all the quests done, and then we should be able to just go to Gwingris really, really quickly, just by swift travel. So, we'll have that benefit of getting pretty much anywhere, because we can go Eregion using the swift travel, obviously, and then just going wherever we want out of all these places. Now, Mirabelle, we should only have to go for one thing. We shouldn't have to go there for a quest. We've already located the area before, so we don't need to go for that deed. The only thing we should have to do is get the brittle pages for the ring law, which is just outside, I think, the library or the school, or whichever one is over right there. Actually, it's not even right there. That's a lie. It's next to like the post box sort of thing. On the map that I've got, it says it's... Really? It says it's by the other tower, but it's actually in the main middle area. And that's what really confused me when I first did it. I had to look it up and find out where it was, which was kind of confusing. Do I not? Oh, I must have moved that underneath. Not something I want to do, because then if I've got the map up, I can then see the quest log. That is ideal. So yeah, we all good. Also, it's going to be very nice when we get to Lothlorien eventually. We can finally complete this epilogue quest, because we never did that. At the time, it was not really possible. I'm also thinking, kind of in relation to the that quest. Obviously, we're going to be less busy in terms of like doing much on this character other than deeding. If just a question, I'll probably put this into its own separate video as well, because I'm planning on doing a video anyway to kind of explain how things are going when I've finalized ideas. But I've kind of stepped away from doing the festivals. Would it be worth doing festivals as videos, but maybe not as episodes? I'm not sure. Maybe we could do, I think, per... Actually, no, I don't really know. I could do them, and it wouldn't really affect anything.
Greetings, friend.
We could just do them daily, and it would be fine. Oh, we have a timed one. I forgot this existed. Let's pick up a load of other stuff. I mean, we have half an hour. It's not going to be a huge deal.
Lend me your ear.
I'm just trying to think of, like, anniversary quests. Was something that I struggled with because of our level. So I'm just trying to think about how we want to go about that. Like, I still have a load of anniversary quests to do, and I probably would do them. So I might, next time the anniversary quest comes along. I don't quite know how it works. I can't quite remember if, like, I have to redo them all. But we might do, like, I don't know. I don't know if they even added any more for the, like, what's 13 years or 14 years this year? I can't remember. Was it 2007? I can't remember. I think it was 2007, so it should be 14 this year. So basically, my point is, obviously there was the original 10 years, because that's when it came out. Are there 4 more year, like, trifles, or whatever they're called? Because we could do, like, one video for each of those. Maybe, like, separate from an episode, necessarily, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to quickly grab this one, because, as I said, there is a timer on it of half an hour. Not going to be a huge deal, but I don't like the idea of that timer being in my head, where I'm going to, probably not, but, like, my head's going to be like, oh, what? Let's check the time, because, you know, we need to make sure that we've got it done, sort of thing. So it's just this guy, and then we just have to kill him, I think. And surprisingly, we've actually got quite a lot of done for the Slayer deed. That's what I was trying to say. Right, let's go quickly give that one in, because I think we should be fine for that. Okay, so yeah, we have to. Actually, is it better for us to? I don't know. I had to run off quickly, so now I'm kind of confused on what I was trying to do. Is it better to try and kill the wolves now? I don't know. I think we've already started making our way back, so we might as well just continue with that. Let's have a quick look at actually our quests while we're going. So Chasing Trouble, we've already got that done. That's fine. Defeat half-orc wolf keepers at Barad Morlas. That's these areas, which is the area we went to prior. There's also the Honoring the Fallen. There's also Invader, and also the wolves are a separate area. So what I think we'll do is we'll give this in. We know there's another quest in here, because we saw that one previously. So we'll worry about all those first, then defeat all the wolves and stuff. Now, when I came over and did this originally, the wolf keepers were a little bit difficult to find, though if I also remember correctly, that was mainly due to there was someone else here who was actually on level for this area, also doing those quests, and I think, honestly, if I'm going around here and there's also someone else around here, and I'm 130 and they're, let's say, 46, and they're doing these quests, I'm gonna let them get that quest done, because I don't want to be that guy going around killing enemies in one hit before these guys can, and kind of almost ruining their experience. So if there is someone around here, we'll probably let up and let them have the area to themselves for a bit. Luckily, we're not too fussed because, again, as I said previously, we're not on a timer when it comes to this at the moment, so that's good. But I just think it would be unfair of me to come through and kind of spoil someone else's experience by playing, like, killing stuff before they could and kind of being greedy. So I think we'll be alright, though. I think time-wise, Arkenstone, which is the server we're on, is a US server. It's quite early in the morning for myself in the UK, so I think we shouldn't really have too much crossover with any other players, so we should have that benefit for us, and we shouldn't really have any issues. There is a quest that makes us burn these, so I'm surprised that we haven't got that, or at least I'm pretty sure there's a quest that makes us burn these. I could be wrong, and I could be thinking of a different area. I'm not entirely sure. I want to kill these guys if we can, because why not? We don't really need to worry about the enforcers and anything like that. It is beneficial for us in the long run, technically, because they're half-orcs. We need to kill half-orcs just like these things here. There's also a small elf statue, so that's also a benefit to us. But yeah, even though it's not double, like, technically we're not being the most efficient here. But I am happy to take a couple seconds off now to just run through here, kill stuff, and get that number up before we actually start using a booster, because they're less, you know, we're if we can limit the time we're using the booster or make the time more efficient, if I can pretty much use it in like 27 minutes compared to 31, I would still prefer that, I think. I don't want to use like a second one for no reason sort of thing, or a third one, because we are pretty much guaranteed to use 2, I think. But yeah, we'll see. Now, obviously, the 30-minute ones are actually pretty easy to get, but obviously the 90-minute ones are a bit of a pain, which is why I've only got 2, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I have 24, but I only gave myself 2 because for some reason the 2 that I have here don't stack with the 22 that I have otherwise, and I think that's probably a case of one set is bound to account and one set is maybe bound to character or unbound, or something along those lines. We can actually probably check that now. This is bound to account, the others are probably not bound, possibly, or specifically bound to character. For some reason, if I had a lot more, let's say I had 50, I'd be like, oh, it's because they don't stack, because that's the max number, but that isn't really the case. We need one more statue. Where is the statue? We also need to defeat Shatoktar, which is not this guy. I don't know where this guy is. It's not... This guy summons another dude. But it's not him. It's actually one of the best places for half-orcs. I don't think it's the place they suggest, though.
Mind my words, traveler.
I could be wrong. No, it is suggested for half-orcs. The other place is... there's an area up here. There's also Pembar. I think that's it. Oh, maybe? I could be wrong. This is one of those, like, help them escape quests. I thought it was a... There's a guy that gets summoned here. I think it's the next quest. Oh, he's in here. Maybe. And then let's get the conspicuous pile, because then it's the second to last one we need. The last one obviously being in Mirabelle. I'm sure he can survive for a minute. There we are. Get everything we can. These are good quests, though, because I do like them for when it's something that you have to kill for a Slayedy. They're very good because they can force enemies to spawn. I think technically if we wanted to, we could cancel the quest now, and then he'd respawn there, and in 5 minutes we could take it back. It's not worth it for this specific thing, but there is... I think I've used that once before with less easy to find enemies. Like sometimes there's enemies that aren't as densely populating the area as this. I think once he gets to this bit of rubble, he's fine. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Nope, okay. Well, I was right, there's something happened at that bit of rubble. Also, I've just noticed the wolves for these things, for these guys, count. Which is kind of cool. We will be heading back here and doing them over here, though. It's just not the best place for it, I don't think. I think they're more populating in that area, considering we only got a few. I mean, 7's not bad, but in the same time we got a lot more half-orcs, because that area is mostly half-orcs. The only wolves are the ones that are with the wolf keepers. Still, after all these years, I cannot, like, I feel like I can't say or don't say the word wolves correctly, like plural of wolf. I always catch myself saying it, and it sounds like I'm saying it very weird, and I feel like ever since Ered Luin, I've said it weird. Because one of our very first episodes on this series was us in Ered Luin doing the Wolf Slayer deed a very long time ago. And I think that area has actually changed. Okay, those were wargs, they didn't count. Okay. But yeah, ever since, I feel like I say wolves really weirdly. Like, I don't know if I am, but I feel like I am. And I'm really, like, self-conscious about it. Like, I think about it when I say the word. Or when I hear myself back when I'm editing. It's really weird. Okay. And it's not that, like, there's the generic thing kind of not liking the sound of your own voice. I feel like I'm over that at this point after this many years. Like, I've heard my voice enough times. Like, obviously, talking, but also, like, hearing it back. That doesn't catch me off guard. So I don't know what it is. I just don't think I say it properly. Random tangent, but... maybe someone will say that I'm not saying it weird. Or tell me I am saying it weird, and then at least I know I'm not going crazy. Right. Two more? Having these bits are kind of annoying because it makes me think that they're a wolf. But they're not. And it's kind of annoying. I'm also slightly surprised, though maybe you can't at this point. I'm pretty sure you can. Maybe it's the levels. I'm pretty surprised that we have yet to get a legendary weapon. I could be wrong. We might have a legendary weapon. We don't. No. Obviously, the wolves won't give it to us, but the half-orcs should. Any humanoid enemy should. So I'm kind of surprised by that. But I think what it is maybe down here they start giving... I remember when I was getting them, I was able to get some down here a long time ago when I was like actually actively trying to get legendary weapons for, you know, when we were like level 45, 50-ish by actually killing enemies. So, yeah. I know, or I'm pretty sure, unless it's changed in the years since... that you can get them, but maybe it's only down here with the higher level enemies. I don't know if they're past the threshold here. I think it's 45 is when you can start getting them, right? I think the quest is slightly higher level, but I think the ability to get them, like you can do it at a lower level, I think, because you can do quests 7 levels below. I think it's possible to do it like 45 or something.
What can I do for you? Stay a moment.
I could be wrong.
What do you need?
I don't have enough room. Let's go to a supplier.
If your need is not urgent.
And I just want to make sure that there isn't anything actually useful. No. 4.5 gold though, or 4.25 gold. I also have a quest here. I apparently did not notice though.
Megavanen.
Okay. Ornate Necklace.
Sorrows of the Eldar are never ending. A shadow
How
is on
are
my
we doing
spirit.
for
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Okay, that's everything. And all 3 quests are in the same area? Good. How many quests are we from actually completing this deed? So we've already done intermediate, which I just maybe didn't notice. and we are 3 quests away from completing Advanced. So Intermediate means we've unlocked 1 area, luckily. These 3 quests will then mean we unlock Advanced, which means we will also then have completed, or unlocked, Advanced, which means we should get a few more, or 1 more travel locations. So we should only have 1 left, which I think once we get to Eckad Dunan means that we can't swift travel to Gwingris, possibly, or Mirabel, one of the 2. I feel like Eckad Eregion to Eckad Dunan is fine. I think that works. Not that we particularly need it. I meant to get that this campsite, I never did, but I also don't think it matters too much, because at this point, if we have to go, there is a quest down here, so we will need to actually grab the campsite, because there's a quest location at that location, which takes us all the way up here, and it's just going to be quicker for us to travel back. But if we didn't need that, there's basically a quest here that splits off into 2. There's help this person, help this person. When it gets to, we'll swift travel back there, and then we'll use the travel here to go down here, is probably the way we'll do it. But obviously having Hunter is just a nicer way of doing it, at least. That's another reason why I did it on Ennis Veil rather than like a champion or anything, is because I have the... Not only am I going to be used to the ranged attacks, I'm also going to have the travel skills available to me as well. As little use as they necessarily are, I don't think during my test run of this we actually ended up doing like using the campsite. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. So technically we're probably making better progress. I'd like to think I'm making better progress. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I'm not entirely sure. I have the stream recording or whatever, so I would be slightly interested to see if I sort of edited that, cut out all the breaks, because we did take a couple breaks and we did have to go look up stuff. So we are going to be quicker, but I think it would be interesting to sort of look at if there were any sections where we were faster. Like if I cut it into like location, like Gwingris quests and then Eckad Eregion quests and stuff like that, because I'm not necessarily that's going to matter. We're not going to come back here and do this again for a very long time until we do it on the legendary server, but I think it would be interesting. I like the idea of comparing myself to myself, because I'm literally, I think, the only person doing it this way in terms of a video that I have access to, at least. So I only have myself to compare to. But I think I like sort of seeing the progress and seeing that we've done this quicker. Where on earth is this Wolf Master? Is it you? No, you're a Wolf Keeper. This guy? Wolf Master, haha. I thought it was a guy we're going to have to summon. I think we do have to summon someone. Oh, I've got to kill these guys for relics. I should have been doing that whilst I was going. I think that is one of the biggest downfalls I have when it comes to this sort of questing. When I'm sort of doing it for the sake of, getting, bigger number, basically, is literally the only reason we're doing this. I mean, we are getting virtual experience, that is good, but also it's like getting the benefit of, the quest completion. I'm paying less attention to the quests, so I'm picking up every quest, but I'm not really reading them. So, things like that will happen where I'm like, I'll go to an area and I'll completely forget what I'm supposed to actually be doing, which isn't the greatest thing for us, and kind of slow us down, but I think overall we'll still be fine. I think even going back to the whole comparing ourselves to ourselves, like Tavella to Ennis Veil, we should be doing more damage, so we should also be getting through this a little bit quicker. Though it's also at that point where, like with the Slayer deeds, you can only do it so quickly at a point, because at a point you are only waiting. So we should actually now be able to go, except Mirabel. Okay, cool. That's actually useful. Yeah, so at a certain point... Oh, it is only 60. I thought it was 75 for some reason. At a certain point, it isn't necessarily how much damage you're doing that equates to how quickly you're doing it. There is eventually a cap because you're waiting for stuff to respawn rather than waiting for, you know, doing a certain amount of damage. So there's kind of this sweet spot where eventually you, at some point you're killing them too quickly to a point where you've just got to wait for them to respawn. Whereas at a certain point, the like ideal sweet spot, you're killing them and you get, let's say there's 10 enemies, you kill the 10th enemy as the first enemy respawns. So I want to say, like, obviously it depends on the area, but if we were, I don't know, level 100, it doesn't make a difference compared to us being at 130 in this area, really. So the next few regions I think will also be fine. There is going to be a point, though, where enemies are going to start being, like, you know, we're going to get to a point where the levels disparity isn't that huge. Maybe, like, 30 levels or something when we get to, like, Mordor. And it's going to be kind of this weird thing, in fact. Okay, I think we're done with this area. What have I done in terms of these? So we've done the final thing, and then we've also got Uruk-Captains, right? So these are the summon ones, so that's actually like... I have to do stuff for that. I would swift travel, but I do want to pick up the campsite. So I want to have a quick look. I'm going to actually add this to tracker so I can take it down. So Pismu, the dude, the spy master, he is up here. Here. Which I think is we get given a quest from a dwarf to go up here. At least to the Red Horn Pass, which we've got to go to anyway. I don't actually know how you go about getting to Vales of Anduin through here, if there is even a way. But it'd be maybe interesting to see. I don't think we looked last time. Who else, though? We also have a guy down here, which is also someone we have to go. That's fine. And then there's 2 down here, it looks like. So we should actually be fine, I think. I didn't pick up the campsite. We need to do that. It's going to speed us up overall because this person gives us a quest in a minute. And then getting back here, we have to give in the quest to her anyway. So it is actually beneficial for us to actually do that. Yeah, so that's the main thing I'm worried about is when I first did this as our test run, we didn't have... I can't remember what one it was. I want to say maybe the tracker guy. We didn't actually... Like, we completed the quests, but we didn't do the quest we needed to do. Like, we gave up on it.
What can I do for you?
So
What do you
we're
need?
probably going to do more than the 60, honestly, because I just want to make sure we get them all done. But that's fine.
What do you need? Might you spare
So that's
moments
the
of your
quest that
time?
takes us to that campsite,
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
and then we just pick up all
Will you
these.
lend me your ear?
If
Oh,
we are
hiccups.
to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm,
And
we'll
then
first have to deal with the orcs.
let's pick
Might
up
you spare a moment of your time?
some of these. We're going to get
Will
a
you
lot
hear
of
my
these.
sorrows?
This guy, I think
Greetings,
all his
friend.
repeatable quests
lend
we
me your
don't
ear?
need to do.
Sweet lad,
I don't
you
even
are.
think they count
Will you
towards
stay
the
a
thing.
moment?
Stay a moment. Will
So,
you spare a moment of your time?
Mind
Okay.
my words, traveler.
so we'll take this deed off, and then I'm going to quickly track nearby quests, and then I'm going to use the return to camp skill to here, do these, and then travel back. Because this guy and this one, like, these are both the same quest. We need to do both of them anyway. But, sure, let's bind it again.
My words,
Now we got to go to the Red Horn Gate, which is obviously up here, but we've also got all these areas around here as well. And do we have Find Bill the Pony? No, we don't. He's somewhere, though. And this is where we have the advantage come through of not having to go into this area and do that whole thing. So, I should probably dismount, because I'm supposed to be killing Kraben, I think. Right? Yeah. So obviously we want to kill these guys so they have the chance of respawning as a Craven. That's ideal. Delaying aid, the Tar Stags one. We have the Uruk leader guy in there, don't we? So let's focus on that. Maybe I could be wrong. Is it? Am I wrong? Is that the area? No, I think it's... Okay, so this is the camp. This right here is the guy... Like, is the... from the top to bottom deed. Which is not the deed we're after. Well, we've already done it, so... I don't like that area. It's not too fun. It's not that bad. It's just there's some like some of the rooms are easy to find, and then some you have to like go through certain doors to get to certain areas. It's just not that fun. Oh, okay. So that's why there's a dot there. It's because technically these guys are just close enough that they count towards that. So that's kind of good. And then we want to make sure that we get the dude in here. I don't know if it's a case of we can kill him the first time or do we have to come back at a different point. I'm not entirely sure. I think we have to summon him because this is the one I tried to trap and it didn't work. Yeah, because it's up here. So we do eventually have to come back here, I think. Or I might have done it in a way that meant I had to do both at the same time. I'm not sure. Well, either way. Might as well kill these guys because we can still get stuff like the worn earth carvings. Obviously, the benefit there is it's skull items. Oh, I clicked the thing. They're skull items. Oh, actually, I shouldn't even do that because I should be killing these cravens. They're skull items which help me out specifically because I am a scholar on this character, so we are trying to get scholar rep, which obviously to get scholar reputation. You need pretty much anything up to like Westfold, I think, or Westernet maybe. Yeah. Anorian doesn't have anything, sadly, because I could get a ton of Anorian stuff really easily. But we want to get as much as we possibly can because it just helps us out. Like every little bit can help make a new thing. Which is kind of also one of the benefits for doing this sort of thing. Like coming through these areas lower level. And like if we actually go and do it, like leveling up other characters also benefits us for that as well because we can we can start leveling up other characters, grab all these like low level stuff that we want to grab and trade them to the right characters. Now I don't think there's a deed for these, but I do have to kill them later. If I went through here, does it take me to the Vales of Anduin? I'm kind of interested to see. I know it's going to kind of ruin our time on this. I'm not really... it's not like I'm speedrunning it. But I'm interested to see. Because I don't think we looked last time. But if I just continue up here, does it take me to the Vales of Anduin? Like, because it should take me here, near Duskenvale. Right? I'm just interested to see at what point it, like, moves us over. Or even if we can. Looks like we can't. Maybe up there? I don't know. Either way, we need to find the Redhorn Gate. Did I not? Okay, so a little bit too far over. But is there a way of getting over? Can you go up that way? I know we went up that way prior. There's a quest that I don't think we ended up completing because we just didn't need to. But... okay, fine. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, let's come over here, grab the banners, hopefully kill 5 more Kraben in between, and then from there we will use the campsite, come back here, use Ekad Dunan thing, go back there, and then continue doing what we need to do. Now, obviously I'm going to have to come back here because we know for a fact we got to come back to here for a summon thing. So that's another reason for having that campsite. I think if we use it more than once, it just becomes beneficial. Because we like went out of our way to get there once, at the least. So like, if we only used it once, it would be the same as if we just did it normally, I feel. If we use it twice, we've just overall saved time. Okay, so one more Craben. There we are. And then 12 banners we need to find. And do we have any more? We do have a load of quests, so I'm going to actually take a few of these off, and I just want to see... Actually, we'll take all of them off, and I want to use the Trek Nearby quest again, because if it does come to a point where it's just the... Yeah, so all quests we've already completed, this area is kind of done at that point. We'll give in those quests, and then do the other ones as a separate thing entirely. Right, banners. Pressing delete frantically, trying to find them. Okay, here they are. So I think these are they half-orcs? You are half-orcs. Good. And you actually are named enemies, so you can actually give me a, shard, which is normally what you get from those sort of things, which is, I think normally would be useless, but I don't know what tier am I on? I don't know what tier these guys are. Supreme? Supreme? Scholar? Can I use beryl shards for anything? Maybe? I don't know. Is there actually any benefit? I remember seeing a few things where it was actually beneficial for us to have the shards. I don't think it was on Scholar. I could be wrong. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be that shard specifically. It's just knowing where it can be of use. Because I know obviously those, the mithril flakes and stuff like that. Crafting lore. It's not like it's a crit item or anything, is it? No, just universal crafting ingredients. Maybe I just don't have the item for it. That could also be the case. Because I don't have all the scholar stuff, sadly. Okay, how many more do we have to go? We're halfway there. I think we should be fine. Even if we have to make our way back up, we have overall still saved time, I think. Just due to the campsite. So I think we are all good in that regard. It's just the fact that I didn't do it this way. I came up this way originally. My first time doing it. So I'm kind of used to that idea. So I don't know if there's any we missed at the top. I think we should be fine. I mean, at worst we've missed one, which actually is probably the worst thing we could do. No, we're fine. Yeah, I feel like if we miss one, it's kind of annoying. Anything more than one is probably fine, because it's like a waste of time. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because there's more than 12 total, so that's actually good. There's actually quite a few more than 12. Right, let's campsite, or return to camp, or whatever you want to call it. And we'll give in your quest, and then I'm going to use return to Akadunan, which overall might be slower if I would just travel normally, but it's fine. Not a huge deal. Right, then we're just going to give in some quests.
May Durin return soon to his halls. We have seen naught of Durin.
Not going to worry too much about, like, over-questing. Okay, so that's a good one. And I think that one we don't have to do. I could be wrong. But I'm going to go find it anyway. For the simple fact of,
what can I do for you?
I don't want to accidentally, like, okay, so we have the two that we actually need, so that's fine. Should we do the campsite? I don't think it's worth it, honestly, at this point, because we'll be going this way first. Yeah, I don't think we actually have to worry about these two, because that one, and that, no, that Limlayer is one we do want to do, because that also takes us where we need to go. Thorlak is that one we're not going to worry about. And Spymaster is something we do want to worry about, and that one we also don't want to worry about. Those two are the two areas we want to focus on for this thing, because of obviously the chiefs. And then going down here is going to be 2 more quests from the other set of quests. So I think we'll probably not cancel them, but just keep them there. Because if I cancel them, there's the delay of 5 minutes. where if we do need a quick quest to complete, we're going to be kind of boned there. How did you aggro me? That's not how that works. Interesting. Let's just not worry about it. Yeah, like if we got to like 59 quests, which I don't think we're going to get to, it would be like, oh, it's annoying, we got to wait 5 minutes, which also wouldn't be a problem because we probably would have done like taken more than 5 minutes to get to 59. But I'd rather keep them. We're not really like worried about space too much. We've got 5 quests that we can easily hold on to, and we've got quests to complete and everything like that. Like we've got the space, we're fine. And it just means that at the end we can just get rid of them. Pretty simply. Wow, this is we're on like an hour and 40. And I don't know. I didn't like time it last time. So I know it was like 3 hours. But I'm just trying to think, we're nearly 2 hours in. I know the next section's going to be really easy because it is just going to be like it's just going to be like picking up a few locations. But yeah, I thought it'd be quicker. Speaking of, let's go find our deed log. So Brittle Pages, that is still in Mirabelle. That's fine. The campsite, Ringo South. Where is this? Let's also make sure we're focusing on here. 9. Oh, is it right where we are? Okay, we should sort that out. Good thing we're over here. And I'm paying attention. First things first. We need to find the guy we're supposed to be attacking. I don't know where he is. I'm really confused. Okay. He's apparently very distant, and by very distant we mean about 100 meters. Yeah, so apparently, looking at it, we need to find the Caradgas campsite. It's him. Which is supposedly here. And apparently we never found it in the time we were over there, briefly. So let's go fix that. Does this work? No, I think going this way is better. So it's good that we came over here and we sort of paid attention to it. Otherwise that would have been a bit of wasted time at a later date. I'm now interested to focus or have a look at sort of the other things. I also just want to make sure we're actually making progress up. So the Ring Law, we already know that one. There's that one. And honestly, I think that's it. Den of Beasts we've already done. Exploration from bottom to top, or top to bottom. Ruins of Eregion, they're all done. So the ring goes south, which we should be completing pretty much now, give or take. It's like in this bit, which I'm surprised we didn't get to, considering. We need to kind of go down here. I guess we just didn't find the campsite specifically. That is death. That's not the way that was supposed to go. At least we can get the campsite. Yeah, that's not how that was supposed to go. That was fun. I think that was partially due to me being on the... Like, if I did that on a regular steed, I don't think that would have happened. I think that was partially due to me being on a war steed, and partially just kind of the awkwardness of the slope. Because, as you may have seen, like, I slid down that slope and it kind of bounced me off. Which I think it does more on war steeds. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just because I've been using war steeds a little bit more recently that I've noticed it. But it kind of bounced me off, and then you've still got, like, it still thinks you're falling that distance because you've not technically touched the floor. So from the game's understanding, I've dropped like 300 meters, but I'm actually going like sideways. But that's fine. We're not hugely fussed with it. In fact, it's kind of beneficial for us because now we're not on that slope. I think we should be fine. Is this guy aggro me? No. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't pick this up the first time. It's kind of weird. But I think, yeah, exploration stuff shouldn't be a huge deal. I know I said I'd split it up, but at the same time, for time-wise, I don't want to be doing all the quests and then coming back here. I mean, technically that's what I'm doing now, I guess. But, like, I don't want to complete everything, then have to come back here. Like, while I'm in the area, we may as well do it, since we are so close. We do have to find the area, though. It's a little bit further up north. North? East. I actually don't know where it is. Like, it says it's here. But apparently there's a campsite up here. Maybe it's just a bit further up. Yeah, there's this. And then there's that okay. So the map seems to be slightly off. Should we try up here? If not, I'll have to look it up on the wiki quickly. I think this may be one of the locations we like previously already maybe had. Does this take us to Vales of Anduin then? Is this like the path to it? No, it's a dead end. Lovely. If it comes to it, if it's not up here, we'll just go back. It's a frozen dwarf corpse. Why not? It's a quest completion. Right, what we're going to do then is we'll head back to Ekadunan. I'm going to look it up. And then we'll do it at the end. That way it's been separated, and also we spent a bit too much time on it already at the moment, worrying about it. So, I don't need to go do that, because we should be pretty close. Yeah, 10 quests, so it's actually not that bad, and by the time we get like the remaining quests that we have completed, like these 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top of that, we should only have 2 more, plus there's more that we actually like. He's got another quest of 7, so we only need 1 more. Blah 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 blah. We should be fine. Now I want to do a wandering pony first, because I think it's closer, and that will also give me a bit of time to focus on trying to find this thing, because I'm confused and I can't remember how we did it last time. I do think, similar to how it was earlier, there was like another thing earlier that was slightly off from where it actually is. I think it's just a case of that. So, it's not a massive deal. I think it is in that area. It's just maybe not specifically there. But either way, we've got Bill the Pony. And, oh yeah, this is actually another quest entirely. Oh, so it is supposedly there. Maybe it's just a bit further south? I think we can kind of get away with running a bit more. Like, this is good because it gives us wargs. Like, gives us time to get some wargs. Because wargs do count towards the deed, which is nice. I just think if we go... It's one of those things that it's like with the footprints, right? Where... Generally, with the footprints, you can a lot of the time skip. Like, you don't have to click on every single one. I think is how I remember this quest guide. Like, if I go, I think this is the last one, maybe. Or maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I am supposed to do them all. I don't know where Bill is, though. Does Bill run off? Oh, I do have to kill six wargs. Okay, well, let's summon him over, because I worry that he's being attacked. Okay, so we do have to kill 6 wargs, like, specifically spawned by this. It's not just 6 wargs as a whole, which I could have probably seen if I had just paid a bit more attention. But it's also beneficial, like I said, in this fact that it's similar to those, what I said earlier with the quest that was over here, in the sense that we can force spawns of something that we need to be attacking. Like, we need wargs and wolves to show up, and if I can force them to spawn, that's beneficial to us, obviously. So that's good. So we should just only need to do this one, and then we can kill this one over here, and then there's or not. Hey, there's 2. And then we can just go back to Ekad Dunan from there. Let's just get a few of these whilst we're in the location. That way we can at least get a few kills for later. And... oh, we didn't want to have that quest up because we actually don't need that one anymore. Maybe a plague of lizards? I mean, we do have to kill lizards for the deed, so it might be beneficial for us to go over there. Maybe.
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
Oh, find the tower on the hill. I got a little confused on some quests then. Have I got that deed yet? I must have. Oh yeah, no, I had like 24 done, I think. Can't quite remember, but that's fine. We want to kill lizards as we can see them as well. So I think they're one of the more difficult to find. Like, they're less common. They do have a cave that's pretty much only them, but other than that, there's not really a huge area for them, I don't think. Other than, I guess, near Mirabelle, which is going to be good, because we can go over here, we can pick up that last piece of brittle page as well, and then that stops us actually having to really go anywhere further. Did you have another quest? No, okay. Defeat the messenger. Then we'll... yeah, what I think we'll do is here, and then do those as well. Both of those. Go to Mirabelle. Swift travel back here, because then we'll have the quest completion. I think we do have to come back here at some point for another summon. I'm pretty sure. There's at least 2 summons. There's like one here and one here. We just need to make sure, obviously, we have enough to actually do that. But like, we've got the quest to do it, so that's why I'm not really fussed about the Of Mountains and Tempers one, because and same with the Frozen Dwarf one. We technically didn't need to do it. It's just more the fact that, whoa, that's right. It's more the fact that I just stumbled upon it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have really cared. That would have put us, I think, exactly at 60 or a little over. I think in my head, as I was mentioning earlier, in my head I was still thinking it's like 75 or something. I think the Shire is 75, and that's maybe where I'm getting it from. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Yeah, okay, so that is where I'm getting it from, that's fine. But yeah, I was thinking I had to do more quests and stuff like that, but I didn't. So crawlers do count as well, that's good. Do crawlers count towards the deed? That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, okay. So this is actually like a really good area for it. There's also some done lendings near Mirabelle, or as we approach Mirabelle. So that's kind of alright for us. I think I had more when I was here originally. Like, I had probably more towards the deed. But that's not a huge deal. There is this quest item to give in at Mirabelle. We can do it. It's not a huge deal. Because if we only needed to do the 60 quests, it would be like, oh, that's great. We can, do that. Why did that not count? Oh, that was a crawler. No wonder it didn't count. Yeah, if it was only like complete the 60 quests, that would be great because, then we could, get those 60 quests quicker. But the fact that we have to do, even if we get to 60 like this second, we still have to do at least 2 more just for one more deed. It's not really a huge deal at that point. Okay. At least both crawlers and lizards do count, because even though this area seems to primarily be the crawlers more than lizards, at least it's going towards the deeds. And same with the Dunlendings, that's also good. Since we're only halfway on the lizards anyway. We're still getting something out of it, which is nice. And then, yeah, we'll pretty quickly be done with, the travel, not the questing. The exploration is going to be really quick. Because, honestly, if we're going to Mirabelle now and picking up that thing, the only thing we need to do is go to the Caradhras campsite. And then I think that's all we need to do. So that is the slight, not benefit, I guess. What's the opposite of the benefit? I don't know. But the slight annoyance, I guess, of us having previously done some stuff in this area. I think some of the late areas, we're going to have a lot more of, previously done stuff. Because I think when I originally came through these areas, I didn't have the regions unlocked, and I was only doing the epic quests. So that's why, Forakel, for example, I think, was pretty low on the amount of stuff done. Because, when you don't have the region unlocked, your kills don't count towards the Slayer deed and stuff like that. So we never had anything going towards it, so we were kind of starting this blank canvas. Whereas now, as we go further and further, in fact, I'm actually going to probably have done more on Tarvala than I am NSVL because I've just played more on it. I think there's a lot of regions where I didn't really do side quests, I just did the epic quests. I power leveled on NSVL a lot and stuff like that. And it kind of means I've not done, as much stuff. Because for the most part, this has ended up being my main character a lot of the time.
What do you need?
As much as I will still call NSVL my main, because he is. This one caught me out for so long, because you can't jump through here. It's weird. As long as, NSVL is my main, but I've probably played more on here. And actually something I want to do at the end of this episode, which I meant to do at the end of last eating episode, is I'm going to do a /played. Because I want to see how long I played on this character. I have never, as far as I'm aware, done /played on Tarvala. I have on NSVL, but never on this character. So I have a rough understanding of
The sorrows of the elder are never ending.
I have a rough
Grey is the shadow
number
upon my heart.
for how much I've played
Plague of Arnon. Stay.
NSVL. But I actually don't know what I've played on here, so at least I'll kind of know how far off I am. So, okay, so I'm pretty sure she's the one that gives me the quest that I need to do for this. And I think this guy gives me one quest and the other one gives me the other quest. Because that is the area. The Porth Cadlus is the other area for sure where that thing is. I'm going to go down and do these two, because best case scenario, we just complete these 2 quests and we're done with everything. Worst case, we do these 2 and use the return to camp to go there. But I am pretty sure it is just this one to go here, and then there's a fake campsite we set up, and then one where we probably got to go here, back, here, to to summon someone. But we'll have to see. I'm not actually sure. I am pretty sure we only have to do
spare a moment of your time?
like his stuff, because I don't think we have to go back up here, if I remember correctly. I just feel like I didn't do her second quest. But again, if we need to, we have the campsite unlocked, which is good. Yeah, set a false trail. Like, we have to... I don't know who it is. 31? Rakhuga, I think, is supposedly who it is. Oh, so this is that where that massive glowy thing was. Yeah, so he has a quest. We complete this one. Then he gives us another one to set up a fake campsite. And we don't technically have to complete the quest. We just have to kill the guy. So I think I may have even like cancelled the quest at the time. It doesn't really matter because we're not getting anything for it. We're not getting any experience. We're not getting any legendary experience, anything like that. We're just getting items which are inevitably just going to be sold or chucked.
Will you stay a moment?
So yeah, it literally makes no difference to us. But we can get rid of this quest then. We can actually get rid of all our quests for the region. I think I will, maybe on my off time, go through and I think it would be kind of cool to complete all the quests and just have them all completed. But because that's originally what the series was supposed to be. The series originally was supposed to be a completion thing, and that's kind of why the first like 50 episodes or so ended up being just going through Ered Luin, which if I were to have done that differently, now, like going back to it, I wouldn't have done it that way, and we probably would have... I mean, we probably would have been finished a bit quicker, I think. But also I was doing episodes a lot like less time at the time, like I was doing shorter episodes and stuff. There's a lot of things, but... is this guy gonna chop? Bye. But yeah, originally the series was supposed to be a completionist thing, so I would like to eventually get to that point where we just sort of, even on the streams maybe, as a thing, we just come through on Tarvelard and just finish up some, some other things, like go back through Bree, do all the Bree stuff that we missed and all that sort of thing. And yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool as a way of going about completing what the series originally was supposed to be. The issue became with that eventually every episode was just, it was exponentially going to get harder and harder was the problem. Or like more, like there was just going to be so much more. Like if I were to do an episode per region, which obviously would be a terrible thing to do, they would just be like, eventually it'd be like 24-hour episodes or something, I'm sure, or something ridiculous like that. But I just feel like the pacing wouldn't have been great. After a while I realised that, I think. With Bree, it's like star areas, it's less of a huge deal. But yeah. As we got into like later areas, like if we had done this at the time, I don't know how it would have gone. And then we also have the issue of there's two issues that come up, which is one, which we've already seen. There's like fellowship quests, which if we were doing on our own would have been a problem. And then also using Bree as an example again, there are points at like I think level 33 or 43 or something along those lines. There's like a quest that you go back and go there for, and I feel like that would have been a weird thing to do. Like I'm pretty sure there's a quest you have to go back like at 30 or unlocks at like 33, 43, something along those lines. I think there's two quests in fact, and then you'd have to go back to an area and it wouldn't technically be completed. I don't know. Maybe that's something that we could do as like the next series. Like if we're streaming it, which is I think my ideal thing, is if we're going to do a new series, maybe stream it and then cut it up and then upload it and stuff like that. We could do this sort of completionist kind of thing. And I do have a second account, so if I need to ever do anything with two characters, I can also use that to help us out. So I don't know. I mean, completionist in a certain sense. Like, there's some instances where it's going to be less possible for us to do stuff. Like, we're not going to be able to complete everything. Instance-wise, I think sometimes like raids and stuff might be less of a possible thing. I really hope you get one shot. That'd kind of be cool. Please? Oh, okay. He didn't actually want to decide to come over, but sure. Technically, as a quest completion, not really one we have to worry about. So that's fine. Okay, so we'll given these quests, or this quest specifically, we won't worry about it too much.
What do you need?
I'll just go with that. Who cares?
Would you spare a moment of your time?
And then we're going to cancel that quest. We'll cancel this quest, and we'll cancel this one. Because, looking at our deeds, we have now completed all of that. Now, just checking there are only 5 Slayer deeds. Yes, good. We only have one more exploration thing, which we are going to quickly go and do. I actually probably should have just gone to the campsite, honestly. That probably would have been quicker. But I have the location for this now, specifically. So hopefully this should be a bit easier to find. I mean, it is supposedly pretty much where we said it was. It just seems to be here. Or like right in between Red Horn, like the in between there. So I'm not really sure what was going on there. But at the very worst case, we do have the coordinates. So we have these bits here. So 46.6, 2.7. Oh, I've just remembered as well, we still have to do the Holland Ridge. We are going to do that after we've done the everything else. That's going to be our finishing thing. Hopefully it's not too dark by the time we get there. That would be kind of sad. What's the time? Noon. Okay. I think it'll be dark by the time we get there, because I think it's, what, like an hour and something? I don't know, I'm going up there. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, I think, per cycle, or something along those lines. Per, like, half day, basically. So, I think we're at noon already. So I think by the time we get to Holland Ridge, it will probably be nighttime. Which is fine, I just think it would be nice if we finished at Holland Ridge looking at the sun. I just think that would kind of be cool. Now, where on earth is this thing? We said 42... 42? 46.6, 2.7. So it's more like slightly north. Whoa, it suddenly just changed. Don't really know why we're worrying about the map if we had the coordinates, but... So it needs to... It's got to be further north, because it's 46.6 and we're at 47. And if we go south, it increases. So we need it to decrease, which means it's got to be up here. So maybe this way, rather than going up, going down. Okay, cool. So that's that done. Now let's go back to Akadunnan, and let's start thinking about our Slayer deeds. Okay, so we're back. Let's dismount quickly, and let's go over what we've got to do. So I'm going to quickly just add all of these to Tracker, because we can have 5 things on our Tracker. There's 5 Slayer deeds. Why not? Now, our closest one to finishing is Half-Orcs. That's obvious, because we've just generally got more of them. Craven and next, and then it looks like Dunlendings. Then Wolves and Lizards are actually really, really close. So looking at the map, we have 5 areas we need to go to. Well, more than 5 potentially. So Cravens are apparently in here and up here are the best places. Dunlendings would be this area, which we were previously at. So we can actually go back to Gwemgris pretty quickly now. That's probably a very good choice for us. Or apparently down in this location is apparently another area. That's something that we'll think about. What is this place? Apparently we went there once, and that was part of a Den of Beasts thing. Then looking at the half-orcs. Oh, we've got stuff getting rid of our thing. Oh no, let's go sell a bunch of stuff while we...
Why do you trouble me?
Why do I trouble you? Because I want money off you, alright? Give me money. Because then I can just, loot and then sell. And then it can stop complaining at me. Right, half-orcs is... what is half-orcs? 22. So, this area, we know... Okay, 49. We'll watch out for them, just so we don't want to be stealing any of their kills. Barad, Morlas, as well as Pembar, and also the instances. We'll go through that in a minute. Lizards and crawlers. We know this area is pretty good. We also know lizards are pretty good in this area, the Brackwater. And then, finally, wolves and wargs are pretty good in... this area and this area. We also have the ability to kill them in this area as well. So the plan is, I'm going to go into here first. I'm going to pop on the Slayer Accelerator. We're going to do a loop of this cave down here. Let's move that. This cave down here, and then we're going to go up to there. Then I'm going to go do a quick run of one of each of the instances. Then we're going to come out and we're going to complete those two. So we're going to complete half-orcs and lizards first. Half-orcs shouldn't take that long. Lizards might take a little bit longer. And we can kill some wargs as well whilst we're down there. And there should also be some cravens. So it's kind of like 4 out of 5. We should also, from the instances, get some done landings, which is pretty good. And then after that, we'll probably try and go to Gwingris, so we can try and get some more done landings, because in theory, we should be done with half-orcs and maybe lizards as well pretty quickly, leaving only these 3. Wargs is probably going to be our last one to complete. I think there's some wargs in the instances, but we're probably just going to have to focus on down these areas and here, so we can go back and forth between the 2 nearer the end. I'd probably leave that to the end, because we can go back and forth and travel here from like Gwingris, for example. And then we should be left with Craven, which we can also complete in here, and also up here, apparently, as well as down here. And it does actually say this is a very good area for them. So that is our plan. We might change it as we go. Hopefully everything works. I do remember a lot of Craven being in here. And hopefully those instances do help. That is something the map doesn't really go over, but I don't really think... I think it's one of those things where like they kind of expect you to be on level. So we're going to pop on a Slayer Accelerator. We are just going to put on... Oh, wait. That. So, if you didn't know, you can press H on a status, and it pops it out, which is pretty damn cool. And that way we can kind of pay attention a bit better without having to constantly hover over it. It'll also mean we know how long the loading screens take. Because, as far as I'm aware, the time will still tick down in between loading screens, which is slightly annoying. And I still get some relatively long loading screens, even though this is on an SSD and everything. Like, it's definitely like the fastest it could be, yet sometimes it still isn't. I don't know how much, though, me being on a US server in the UK affects it. I don't know how, if that affects it at all, but it is something worth thinking about, I'm sure. But a couple seconds here and there isn't really going to be a huge issue. And like I said before, if we get to like, we're probably going to end up having to use 2. That's pretty, like, I'm like fine with that. Like, I know it's going to happen. If it gets to like the end of the hour with it, and we have like a couple kills left, I'm more than happy to do single kills, because please say that someone hasn't been through here. Okay, there could be someone in here which will... Okay, someone's been in here relatively recently, so we are going to have to be careful. So there's Craven in here as well as half-orcs, so that's pretty good for us. Not really something that's been... Like, this is a really good place for half-orcs, but it's not on here as being an area for half-orcs, so I'm not really sure why. So that's why this map isn't like the be-all end-all amazing thing, but that's also the reason why I do test runs of this, because then we know these things, If I didn't know that this cave... I know this cave exists because I did the exploration stuff with the original thing when we came through and did the expedition quest. Sorry, originally. So we know this quest or like this cave exists. But if I didn't, we'd be a lot slower than we are. It's kind of just too bad that it's half-orcs, because that's already something that we've got like a ton of kills for already. But yeah. I do think someone's been in here, but they could be out. It could be that person we saw, the level 49. That could be what it is. And then they've come out of here and they've just been through quick enough that... Or maybe they just killed a couple. I don't know how much the quest requires you to kill when you come through originally, so they could have just killed what they needed, gone out, killed the ones as they left, maybe, that respawned. And then all these guys are free reign for us to kill. But it's not worth overthinking it, because they're here, we can kill them, makes no difference. If they weren't, I'd be like, oh, well, someone's clearly been through here, but it really doesn't matter because they are here. Okay, though. That is not possible to get up. I don't really know the cave layout too well. If it gets to... You didn't see that. If it gets to a point where, you know, there's no enemies and we're actually, like I mentioned previously, if we get to the point where we're killing faster than they respawn, we do have the backup of the instance as well. So that's something we've got to keep in mind. But I think this is quite a sprawling cave, so I think we should be fine. Hopefully. Okay, we've actually reached the exit / entrance. Apparently. But that's fine, because now we can just come back and kill all the other ones that were not spawned back when we first came through. I think this is the path that people are more likely to use as well, so it was good that we took the other one first. Just means the others had a chance to respawn. Okay, so we come back here. I think we will go... We said it was in other, right? And then we're going to chuck that down to 50, because it doesn't matter what level it is.
The school at
As long as they're getting killed, it doesn't matter. These are white hand. They don't count. There are Dunlendings here, though, so they do count. And there's also side quests for Dunlendings. So it's not the greatest. This is like the area from top to bottom, exploration from top to bottom. They're full of white hand as well. That's why it's not like if they were technically full of like Dunlending or half-orcs, it would have been great. Because it's so jam-packed full of enemies. But this isn't, sadly. Or they don't count, or that's not what we're after. So I might as well pick these up, because technically, it's a quest for this area, right? Or a deed for this area, I'm sure. That's not really something we're too worried about, though. That's not like something I'm particularly interested in worrying about. Let's just take these out. Get some kills. But yeah, Dunlendings. Get a couple of those. And then the other one, we also get some stuff for. Technically didn't need to kill them. They had no Dunlendings with them. Oh, I can get a fancy wooden chest. I could technically get some, like, probably decent armor from this. I can't do it in combat. How rude. Oh. It's not going to be a huge deal. Yeah, there was a chance. I think there's a chance of getting armor in there. It's not a massive deal for us. I'm not really too fussed about it, but it would be nice, like, if I can get something. If I can get something for, like, characters that I'm trying to level up, that would kind of be cool. So, Warriors of the Enemy. What did I just complete? Defeat Uruk and Tham Mirrodin. Okay. Yeah, these are all Dunlendings in here, so this is also... It's less for the Uruks and more for the Dunlendings, honestly. Yeah, this sort of thing, I'm not too fussed about. Oh, these all should leave, actually, by the time, when we get out, they should change. Okay, we'll pick that up. At least it's a completion. And then, yeah, straight out of here. We'll go into that other instance, and for the sake of the cooldown, we will then leave. Everything should have respawned, and we should be fine. So, library at level 50. Make sure we definitely set it to level 50.
The library at Thom Mirdine once held much of the
So this should be pretty good for... I honestly think it's not that great for anything but Cravens. I remember I came through here with a... yeah, I think I came through here with a champion, and it was pretty damn good. But... yeah, the only real benefit we get from this is, like, because these don't count towards anything. I mean, they count towards this quest, but that's not really something we're too fussed about. Yeah, because these are all, like, instance things, and that's not really what I'm after, worrying about too much. I mean, I can do them, but it's not really something I'm too worried about. But Cravens are the only thing we really get from this. I'm fine completing the Ancient Volume sort of thing, but... I don't want to be... like, the reason I don't want to do it is I just don't want to be spamming, like, instance. That's the only real way you can do it. It's not like the questing and stuff like that and the, like, locations. It's, like, slightly different. It's just doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again, which technically is what I'm doing now, but... like, it's less fun doing the same instance 10 times over just for one quest. Or one deed. It's less interesting to me. I'm going to go through the whole thing, because I don't actually know if there's any, like, brigands or like, Dunlendings or whatever in this area. I don't know quite how it works. And we might as well finish it whilst we're here. And it just gives time for those extra enemies to respawn as well. But I'm pretty sure I don't get anything out of this. Okay, no I don't. I mean, yeah, we get the, like... again, the Pale Followers completion, but... nothing massive, and also, they are kind of annoying in the sake of, they do a lot of talking. Like... I think it's a combination of talking, and they kind of have this minimum time, it seems, before they'll get to the next stage. Like, they'll expect a certain amount of time for you to defeat an enemy before they actually think. So, like, if we one-shot it, it's going to at least expect, like, 3 shots in comparison. It's just a weird way of doing it. But... hey, whatever, it's an instance completion, why not? I think the yellowed volume is in the other room, but I'm not too fussed about going to get that. Right, so, the hope is that enemies all respawn now. There we are, just took them a little while. So that just means we can go through here. Is that door not a thing? Apparently not. And yeah, if I can just get these guys off our radar. Where is my extra... oh, it's because I completed it in the instance. It would have gone on our tracker and turned off. That makes sense. I was a tad confused. Okay, so... I do think, yeah, that wargs are probably going to be... our last one. I think when I did it as my test run, they were also the last one to be completed. I just think there's less of a... there's not like a dedicated area for them particularly, which is kind of annoying. But it's fine. We'll come out of here though, and we'll go to that other cave quickly. just to give these guys a chance to respawn as well. Also, I think we probably will be done with them by the time we get out of here for sure. Yeah, we only need one more kill. So that way we can get out of here, go to the lizards, complete lizards hopefully in the 17 minutes remaining, and then ideally we can focus the next half an hour on just these three. So, wow, that I don't know if that will come in because of the way I edit, but I shouldn't dismount. I should dismount rather. Yeah, it didn't load anything in for like seemingly a long time. It was weird to see it jump in quality. But I guess that's just like the order the stuff spawns in. So yeah, we want to use this to our advantage whilst we make our way over. It's nice that we've got an area that's like four of 5 things that we need to spawn in this area. The only thing that don't spawn in this area is Dunlendings. But Dunlendings also have a pretty good spot, honestly. I think doing it this way is actually probably best. Yeah, because we want to get wargs up. Craven, I think, are fine. Supposedly, I didn't go to this area up here when I did it originally, so I don't know how good that area is. But I also don't think I had too many problems with the Cravens. I could be wrong, though. I think they spawn a relatively large amount around here as well. But yeah, it's really nice to have 4 out of 5 spawn in this area, and having 2 of them have basically a dedicated cave for them is pretty damn cool as well. But speaking of, let's go focus on the lizards because yeah, it'll be nice to get those done. They're currently our lowest one, so we want to focus on that if we can. I keep using blood arrow, don't mean to. And then yeah, if we can get that completed with the remaining time that we have, and then just with these ones that are like gonna be like half completed each way, it'll just be good for us. But yeah, like yeah, so basically dedicate the full time to here, and then the remaining half an hour, like if that takes 15 minutes, then these can take half an hour, like 10 minutes each sort of thing. Or like they'll take a little bit more than half an hour, but we can like make up the difference without the double. But yeah, this area, last time I came in here there was someone else in the area, so I let them sort of do what they needed to do, but it doesn't look like they're here this time. Hopefully not. I was going to say if that same person is here this far after, something is wrong, but more the point of nobody is here, which is obviously what we want. So this cave has like 3 different ways you can go about it, or 2 different ways, I can't quite remember. So we can try and make the most out of it. I think the way I'm going is the way that has the most enemies. I could be wrong though. But we should make a decent amount of progress. I don't know if we'll get 90 kills, honestly. Just because it does boil down to that point of respawn time compared to kill time, but we'll see what we can get. And if we don't get it, we can spend a bit of time trying to get some more wolves and Craven, and then go near Mirabelle and try and do those kills for those, because they've got Dunlendings there as well. So actually that's something we might do, is might go to, like, once this cave's done, we've got the swift travel to Mirabelle, so we could go Mirabelle, come back, there's Dunlendings, crawlers and lizards. Honestly, that's something I might do. And then come back here after, like, we can maybe make up the difference in a minute, and then come back and add another accelerator. Right, so dismount early, because we want to make the most of our time, and then we want to look in this direction. I wasted that time, didn't I? Okay. And then, yeah, even if we need to, like, go and do a instants or anything like that. But yeah, we'll try and complete these, because this at least has 3 types of enemy that goes towards 2 types of deeds, which is good. And I think there's a decent amount of Dunlendings here. I mean, this doesn't say it's an area for Dunlendings, but I think there's a decent amount. There's a lot that I saw, which is good. If we just continue east from here, so that should be good. Use up the remaining 10 minutes or so, and then at least we're working towards 2 at the same time. And then from there, we'll focus on the wargs and cravens. Now, like I said as well, if it comes to the point where, you know, we use up our second Slayer Accelerator and we've only got like 10 kills left, I'm more than happy to just finish off the remaining ones. It's not that huge a deal. I'd rather kill 20 enemies for a single point than use like less than 5 minutes of a Slayer Accelerator just to speed it up. Even though the Slayer Accelerators, the 30-minute ones, are really easy to get, I just see that as a waste. Doesn't matter how easy it is to get. If you waste it, it's still a waste. So, I think we'll be fine though. I'm just a little worried about wargs. Honestly, I'm gonna do a quick glance over every so often to make sure I'm going to the right places. There's 2 places, and I'm just trying to think of if it was worth, I can't remember. Ooh. Bit like that. I couldn't remember at the time if we went back and forth between the 2. I feel like I did. So there's this area here, and then this area up here. And I think what I originally did was go back and forth between the 2. I think I did that after a little while. So I'll try it this time. And I hope that it works. I can't remember if I decided if it was the best way to do it. But I don't know. We'll have to just chance it and see. If it isn't good, what we can do is we can go here to Burnt Tor, down here, and then back and forth. It's going to be annoying editing-wise because of the loading screens, but at the same time, I think it'll be fine. Honestly, the editing is only a problem for me, but making sure I'm as efficient as possible is best for the video. So I'm willing to make the sacrifice, even though it's really not a sacrifice. It's just, if anything, more beneficial for me. It just means I've got to spend a little bit more time editing. But the thing is, I'll know there's screens there, so I'm not really spending a lot of time looking for them because I know they're there, sort of thing. So we're only halfway there with 10 minutes left, but I think that's still fine. I think there's probably overall more crawlers / lizards in here. They're just more spread out. But I also think due to that, it means that they're spawning. There's always, because there's more, and because they're more spread out, I'm still killing them quickly, but because I'm traveling more between the 2, between each one, they're respawning a lot quicker, sort of thing, if that makes sense. Makes sense to me. I'm not sure if I said it in a way that makes sense otherwise, but I think this is technically better than the cave. I think. I could be wrong. I mean, we're at 120 already. I definitely think we can get lizards done pretty quickly. Dunlendings, I don't think so. But at least we're making little chips away at it. We are, chipping away at it. I'm not here to do Dunlendings. It's just the Dunlendings being here is a bonus, basically. It just means that when we have to go back up to Gwingris and do this thing, it's just not going to take us long. So what we'll do is we'll go up to Gwingris, and we'll go do this one, and then do the Craven up there. Then we'll swift travel back to Ekadunan, try the Wargs thing. In fact, we might even go south to go to Wargs through, like, just normal travel. I'll think about it closer to the time. I don't know if it's worth it, travel-wise. And then if that works, good. If not, we'll then be able to go between here and here and only have to worry about Wargs for, like, the remaining bit. I'd rather focus on having, like, I only want one remaining by the time we're done with the Slayer accelerators. If I have two, it's going to be a bit more annoying, unless it's like Wargs and Craven, because they're really close to each other, like in that internal area, but... Have I killed these quick enough now? Ooh, this is not good. We need to kill... what? 20 more? A little under? I say we can do 20 in 5 minutes. Assuming they're spawned. That's the biggest thing. I feel like we have actually gone through them quick enough now. Oh no, maybe up here we're good. I think if we go, like, with it, north, technically? In my brain, I'm like, oh, the slope goes down, it must be south. I don't know why. But, yeah. As long as we, like, if we go down the hill, I think more will have spawned. And we should be alright. Yeah, I think we'll be good. There might be like one or two that we have to kill without the accelerator, which, as I've said, I'm perfectly fine with doing. Because that gives us time to, like, go back to Gwingris and then go to this area before we start the next accelerator. I think that's the best way of doing it. Like, I don't want to start the accelerator straight after this and have travel time cut into it. That just isn't good for us. So, what I'm going to do for the remaining couple minutes is I am going to just come through here and kill some more Dunlending. And what I'm actually going to do is I am going to go to Ekadunan, and I'm going to quickly go into here and kill everything in here for the remaining 5 or so minutes. And then what we're going to do is head up to Gwingris fresh, like, waiting for the accelerator to start. Like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to, as I said, I don't want to spend time traveling and that be, like, taking an effect on us. So if I can start killing stuff now for the remaining 4 or so minutes, and then we'll just stop there, like, with however many Cravens and Wargs we kill. Then go up here, let these all respawn, because these, like, as I said, I'd rather have these two together than these two together or anything like that. But it also means that I should be able to, like, kill some Cravens now, get Cravens up a little bit, because, well, they are second, but we should have the Craven area up here, as we said, supposedly. So we can use that to our advantage as well. Hopefully everything works out the way I want to. Like, I just want to go up to Gwingris and start at the Dunlendings fresh. How many do we have to kill? 62. So what's that? 31. I think that's pretty possible, especially if we go back and forth between the two. Obviously, we're killing some Cravens now, so we're cutting into that number slightly. And it would be nice to have a couple Wargs, because Wargs, I think, does take the longest, as I said. So it's nice to pump up the numbers a little bit here. And then, yeah, we'll be done for this episode. So I think it'll be a little over 3 hours. I'm not sure what the time will be like, considering, like, cutting out all the... I'll be cutting out the loading screens and stuff, so I'm not sure how much that'll be like impacting it, because I want to say this is probably the most loading screens we've had in a deeding episode. At the very least in an episode for the last considerable amount of time. Maybe not the last deeding episode, because it kind of depends on the area. Like, for example, when we do Mirkwood, Mirkwood's a lot of, like, outside. Same with Lothlorien, I don't think there's going to be too many. There's a lot of exterior locations. There's, like, going up to Haldir's thing, and then into Lothlorien, or Karis Galadon, are going to be the only two times we really have to travel anywhere. So I think for the most part we should be fine. But yeah. I don't know how much time. I think it'd be actually interesting to look at the raw recording and then see how much time gets cut off by loading screens. Because I would also then be able to see how much time gets cut off our Slayer Accelerator as well. Wow, we're actually getting quite a lot into Cravens. We are going to be going down to the second, and then I will be heading up to Gwingris. So we'll just use Ekad Dunan, Swift Travel, and then head up to Gwingris, and I'll just, like, cut both of those together. So we'll just go straight to Gwingris in a second, which is another thing that will, like, cut out time as well. So I think we're pretty good in that regard. So hopefully it shouldn't take us too long with the Cravens. So we can go out to the Dunlendings, hopefully, and then kill all those, and then finish off Cravens, and then let's try and get all these wargs that we can. But yeah, then we can finish off Cravens, and then come back, and hopefully the rest will be respawned. That is at least the way it seems to be going. Right. I'll kill these two, because then we're on the even number at least. And let's head to Gwingris. Alright, let's dismount early like we previously did. Would have been beneficial, again, for us to have that campsite this time, but I think overall it did help us having it over here, especially with the amount of back and forth we had over at that area. I don't think it's worth us getting it now, though, honestly. Because I'm thinking we can get to that campsite and we'll just be closer to Tolsend. Tolsend? No, Bantor. Tolsend. Where's Tolsend? Tolsend's like in northern Mirkwood, isn't it? Am I really mixing those up? Okay, let's dismount. Let's put on our Slayer Accelerator. Once again, let us go into here and start going and doing what we need to do. Did I pick up... When did I pick up these, I wonder? Oh, please don't do this. This is not a good... This is not a time for us to have, like, connection issues and lag. Like, any other time during this recording, I would have been fine. But when we're actually using Slayer Accelerators, and directly as we're using a Slayer Accelerator also, it's just not a good time for it, and I do not appreciate that happening. But I think either way we will be fine. As long as we keep focused on here. I'm trying to look as well. I think we'll be fine, especially because of having to go to the Cravens, but I'm trying to look just in case of where else Dunlendings like to live. We don't care about the worm. So on this map there are 21. So this area... Oh, and then we've got the far southern area as well, is an area. So down here, apparently? Not an area I'm too familiar with, I'll be completely honest. Oh, that's fine. Are we done with everyone for the minute? I think we may be. We are currently, what, 8 kills away from actually getting what we need. So we're not going to have to worry. We're going to quickly run over to... It's roughly here, and hope we can get those extra Craven kills. So currently we need 46 kills. We need 23 kills. So I'm hoping... I feel like I'm going to rubber band. No, I think we're good. I'm hoping there'll be enough there. also on the way back, hopefully, because Cravens are, I think, out of everything, they're kind of everywhere, or at least in this northern area. Down here was wolves for the most part, so that's fine, and then half-orcs was obviously here. Almost forgot half-orcs were a thing just because they were that quick. Alright, let's pay attention. It's on this peak here, supposedly. I don't know if it's best for us to... No, I'm going to leave these, because then on the way back, we can kill them if we don't get enough kills over here. I don't want to waste time dismounting now if it's going to be super quick. Like when we actually get to the place. I don't know if we're actually there yet. I don't know what I'm looking out for. Because, yeah, there's a lot of them here. But, like, I don't know how much of that is what we're looking for and how much of it is, like... Is there an interior location here? I can't remember actually. I think I just had enough when I came over here originally. Like, I don't think I came over here. This must be where that tree was, right? Oh, definitely. This is definitely seeming like a good area for it. There was also south of this area. South? Maybe this bit. So not south, but like this bit here, I think. The like foresty area was quite good for it, if I remember. So I don't think we're particularly going to have enough. But if we don't get enough Craven, that isn't necessarily an issue, because there is a lot in that area near the wolves and wargs, so we can pick up the slack there at least. So that's good. But I think actually looking at it, we should be fine. We need 10 more kills. And there's like quite a few on the way back, I'm pretty sure. And the good thing also about us walking back, other than being able to kill the Craven on the way back, is it gives the Dunlendings a better chance, or a bit more of a chance to respawn, which is good. So I think we should be good. 5 more kills. 4, 3. Seems that... I could be imagining it, but going back to the whole, like, the music going louder, it seems directional. So it seems like the music is directional of, like, where I'm attacking. I could be wrong. Either way, Craven Slayer is now done. 2000 virtual experience. I don't know if I'm putting that into the right stat. I probably should have checked that, but we won't worry too much. Because we're not going to really be having to worry about it too much. Honestly, it's not like we're going to be going up against anything massively destructive at the minute. We're just actually using this as a benefit for us to actually put a bit of time into our virtue stats. Or virtue traits and stuff. Though it would be nice to put it into something that actually matters. Though technically, all of them give passive boosts, so leveling all of them, I think, is a benefit. I could be wrong there. I don't even know what I have on there. Apparently, I've got 2 things I don't have activated because I don't have stuff. I need to look into it more. But like, yeah, I get passive stuff. I mean, that gives me agility. I've probably got the wrong stats on. Please don't judge me. I honestly haven't had a look for a long time. I haven't really noticed any issues. Maybe I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'd be doing a lot better and like, not that I'm struggling or have struggled, but like maybe I'd be doing a lot better and like, maybe I'd just be doing better if I had it into different stuff. But I don't think it makes too much of a difference at the minute that I've noticed. Like, I've not gone, oh, we're severely underpowered right now. We need to do something about that. Alright, let's go do some wargs. Okay, so, because we don't have to do Cravens now, the plan becomes we want to go to the Burnt Tor, and then we're going to go up to here and kind of go back and forth. If this area doesn't pan out that well, we'll go back down to here. But I think we should be alright. This area itself has a lot. I know I missed one a second ago. But if I end up going back to Eka Dunan, we can use that to our advantage. But yeah, we can get like a decent amount here. And then travel back, or travel over to the other area, travel back and stuff. And hopefully get enough. That is Bill. That is not a wolf or warg that we want to be attacking. So luckily, we are already on the advanced one though, so it actually shouldn't take too long. We're a third of the way there. I don't want to be killing lizards, that is not something we're after. So we're a third of the way there. Obviously, that's not anything showing of our current usage of our time, but we have about 22 minutes to get 120 more kills, so 60 more kills in fact. So that means we need to get like 30 kills every 10 minutes or so. So, yeah. I think we'll be fine. And then, after this, we have one final hidden deed to complete, which is actually going to be fine because we're going to be going up to about here-ish, and it's up here that we need to go to. It might take a few attempts to do. We'll see how it goes. I am a little bit concerned about it. Is that a warg? It is a warg. Good. I'm glad there's enemies up here. Otherwise, I would feel like I'm going... Oh, this is actually Burnt Tor. I was... What is this area, then? That's the place I've been going. I thought that was Burnt Tor. Okay. This makes a lot more sense that this is Burnt Tor. Because the other place doesn't really seem like a Tor. So, you know. At least there's seemingly quite a lot of enemies here. I'm surprised I didn't have to go for that Warg Master. I'm sure there's a quest relating to it, but there are a lot here. I thought that Burnt Tor was the other area. Yeah, there's certainly... Maybe not more enemies, they're just easier to see because there isn't... there's definitely more wargs, but they're easier to see because there's not, like, any cover in the way. Like, there's nothing in the way. Like, rocks or anything like that. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a lot easier now. So, we are, in terms of recording, nearly at 3 hours. Again, I don't know how much of that's going to be cut down by loading screens, but about, 3 hours, give or take, for this. I think that's fine. Definitely glad I didn't use a 90-minute one. I definitely think that would have been a waste. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. When I did it, like, this is not written down as having where wolves are. And I mean, there are wolves and wargs there, but there's certainly not as many as there are in this area. So, let's just slide down. And let's actually see. Which bit is it? It's this one is apparently where all the wolves are. So let's just because it's like a decently far distance away. There are some wargs and wolves that are going to be in between us. It's not really a huge issue. Similar to the Cravens from earlier, having the ability to have us come back, killing stuff on the way back, and having a chance for everything to respawn is going to be good for us. So I think that's beneficial. And you never know, it could be a case of there's enough up here for us to complete this. What we need, 50 kills, 25. I don't think there's going to be 25 wargs up here. I could be wrong. This could be like the warg den of the area. I don't think we actually... I think I went to completely the wrong places when I did this last time. I know for a fact I didn't go to Burnt Tor. But I don't think I went to this place either. And yeah, this could have as many as I need. You never know. Plus the amount of wargs and wolves on the way back will also help. Hey, we just reached the just over 3 hours threshold now. See how that goes. Right. So I say, without the death, I think we probably could have been sub 3 hours. Which is, I don't know exactly how much, but I'm pretty sure it's an improvement on when we did it as our test run. Okay, 5 more kills. So definitely if we make our way back, there's going to be enough. I kind of don't want to make my way back, because if I start making my way back, we're then going to just have to double back again for Ridge Racer. So I want to kind of stick around this area if I can. Oh. Still don't know why this does that mouse thing sometimes. It's kind of weird. Okay, 1 more kill. And that's our final kill. I'm going to Heart Secret for the sake of it. Okay, there we are. So, with 16 minutes remaining on there, we have gotten a title awarded, Protector of Hollin. You spent many a day in Eregion and fought long to keep it safe. Many a day, couple of hours. Decompleted as well. Did it say what it is? Protector of Eregion. So that's, yeah, Protect the Land of Eregion is the thing to complete, and that's what counts. So where does it say it? These are all titles. So why is it Deeds of Eregion? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what we completed as well. That's cool. Right. Okay. So that should mean if we come here, we have technically, to the untrained eye, completed all of the deeds of Eregion. Eregion. But that is not true. We have 1 more remaining deed, which is probably going to be the hardest one today, because it requires skill, which is something I sorely lack for the most part. And a tiny bit of luck. And I've got to remember how it works. We need to make our way up there. As I kind of predicted, it is dark. So, that's fun. But there's like a sunset. So maybe we'll get a good look. Maybe. I've just got to remember how to get up here and hope it's not gone by the time we get up there. Because otherwise, that wouldn't be fun. Okay. So, this does require a little bit of luck, I think. I'm not sure if a War Steed helps. I'm sure it actually doesn't. I'm pretty sure the fact that they don't automatically stop means my War Steed actually will be a detriment. So, we won't count that as a try, right? Because that would just be unfair. Yeah, so I am right in thinking you must be able to get, like, essence slot gear stuff at this level. Because, like, we got essence stuff. I also think we might, just, like, give in some tasks so we get the task completion thing for the day. But we'll do that later. So, we need to jump up here. I think these grass patches give a little bit of a understanding to it. So I think we've got it. This is where it becomes a bit of a problem. Nope, I think we got it. And I think from here we can just, yeah, straight up. So minusing the War Steed. We're not counting the War Steed because I knew I shouldn't have used the War Steed. First try. I ran the Hollin Ridge. So now I have a much better screenshot of this area from our original episode, or original stream with it. But we are up here at the Hollin Ridge. We can look over the entire of Eregion in all its glory at dusk. Or we can go a little bit higher up as well and potentially fall off. Not what we want. Come we even get up here? Is that even possible? Probably, if I were to try a little bit more. But that is going to be it for today. A little over 3 hours. I don't know what as I said, the episode will end up being. Probably a little under 3 hours with the loading screens and the quick moment I had to run off at the pretty much the beginning of the episode. So yeah, we'll see what it ends up being. I'm gonna probably put up a thing. I'll try and calculate it. How many LOTRO points we got? Actually, I probably won't do that because I know how many I've got, or I should know how many I've got because of the wiki. So I'm actually not going to worry about that. You know, it's fine. I might put it in the description or something, but yeah, we'll see. It's kind of also messed up by the instances a little bit, so I think that also makes a difference. But one thing we do need to do as our final thing for the episode 600. I was supposed to do this on episode 500 originally. We're going to do /played. I have yet to, in the years since we started this character, do /played on it. I have done /played on Ennisfiel, my main. I think I know how much time I put into him. I'll know for sure if I put more or less into this character, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know the exact number, especially since I've probably played him a lot more recently. But in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we played for 2 weeks, 6 days, 5 hours, 55 minutes, and 53 seconds. I thought it was more, but when you think about it, that's nearly 3 weeks. Yeah, it's 19 hours, or basically 18 hours off of 3 weeks. 3 weeks is a lot of time. Like, I kind of want to work out how much time that is and add on more time. I mean, a day is 24 hours, so that's 20 days times 24 plus 5 or plus 6, basically. So we played for 486 hours on this character, give or take. By the time this video is finished, it'll pretty much be that. That's a lot of hours. I wonder how much, like, the percentage of how much of that I've put on video. I wonder. Because technically, like, at the very beginning, I did a lot of farming stuff, which was sped up, so that's a lot of time. And then I've done, like, epic battles, which is like an hour at a time. I kind of want to total up the total time of all the episodes and look at how much time that is compared to how much we've actually played. That is something I do want to try and do. I'll do that in my off time. That might be something I post on Twitter, or might post it in my Discord, which, by the way, is also in the link down below in the description. But that is finally going to be it for the day. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go record episode 149 of the Legendary series because I've yet to do that. Normally at the end of these, I open up a loot box. So I'm going to go do that. I'm actually going to do that because if I get something, I generally like, for these very long episodes, I like to do one thing, which is try and get someone to comment something in the description, in the thing below. I have a lot less than I used to. I've spent a lot recently. Don't judge me. I'm going to buy a key. We're going to open up a loot box. I'm going to chuck away a load of things. Because I need the space. We're going to open up one Steelbound loot box. Adventurous Steelbound loot box. Level 130 stuff. We're going to see what it is. And then if we get anything good, I want you to, I might get you to comment it below. So, normally I close my eyes, but we won't. Okay, 500 Embers of Enchantment, piece of Seal Wax, Ardent Dwarf Make Shoulder Guards. They look kind of cool. And a refined Topaz Gold Ring of the Adventurer. So, this is good because technically that's an upgrade, even though we lose Fate, but we have got the ability to slot Fate in, so that is something good for us. So, I think this is something I got people to do in the, like, one of the last ones, because I got a pet called this, but if you have made it this far, 3 hours and 11 minutes as of recording, post in the comments below Topaz, and then we know that you made it this far. And then, I will be making a video soon talking about how things are going to go in regards to this series and how things are going to go from there. We also got Embers of Enchantment, which is good because I can use those. But that's going to be it for now. Finally, as I said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.